for the rest of the semester after throwing big parties last month. The university has 80 cases of COVID-19 since the start of school on August 17th. Construction is changing road traffic patterns for drivers. Alico Road from Ben Hill Griffin Parkway to Airport Hall Road in Lee County will have one lane open in each direction starting tonight. That road work starts at 7 p.m. President Donald Trump's campaign heads to Miami, where he's expected to hold a roundtable event with Hispanic voters today. Governor Ron DeSantis is sticking up for your college student. He's considering a Bill of Rights for them. The governor says it's dramatic for students to potentially be expelled for going to a party from the pandemic. Charlotte County just started sending out your mail-in ballots. Lee County starts sending them out on Tuesday. So far, Florida has recorded nearly 5 million vote-by-mail requests. That's 1.5 million more mail-in ballots than the presidential election in 2016. And no more Lake Okeechobee freshwater releases. That's despite the water going up more than a foot this month. Construction projects are underway around the Herbert Hoover Dike, so it's crucial to make sure the lake doesn't get too high. But the news of no more water releases so far is welcome on both coasts. The Army Corps of Engineers says they're taking it week by week and almost day by day. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Friday morning. The morning commute not that bad in Lehigh Acres. There's a slowdown on Bell north and south between Jaguar and 82, but 82 is actually at the speed if you're heading westbound towards Gunnery. And Fort Myers, a little slowdown on Tree Line north to Daniels Parkway. But taking a look at my traffic cams, I-75 is a breeze right now, heading to and from Lee and Collier. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some occasional pop-up scattered showers and storms will be mixing in with sunshine and high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to even near 90. The weekend won't be a washout, but you still got to factor in some more pop-up showers and storms scattered across the area with highs in the upper 80s and some lower 90s. We start next week at 90. We finish it at about 86 and 87 with a few lingering soakers in the forecast by that point. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News, the conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596 BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here. But you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155. And don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor. That's Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
It's open enrollment season, and MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that saves most families about $500 a month. Google MediShare and see if it's a fit for you.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's Pest Prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Attention SSI and other federal benefit recipients. If you did not file a tax return last year and have children under 17, you must act now to get the $500 economic impact payment per child this year. You must provide the IRS your child's information by September 30th. Go to irs.gov and use the non-filer tool by September 30th. That's irs.gov. This message produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening.
Sure.
Who's able to hear more than what's being said and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
It's not just Daybreak. It's Jake Day. Jake Day, everybody. It's the day during the week that everybody waits to see Jake's face, to see the joy, the feeling that comes over Jake, knowing that it is Jake Day. We call Fridays around here Jake Day, in case you are just tuning into this program for the first time. You're walking off camera. Why'd you walk off camera? What did you just do? Why'd you walk away? Oh, he's going to turn the lights on because he wants everybody to see his face. We call it Jake Day around here because Monday through Thursday, Jake is like, I can't wait to Friday, can't wait to Friday, can't wait to Friday. And then finally it becomes Friday and it becomes Jake Day. So Jake is relatively happy today. And that means there's a little joy in Mudville today. We get a little bit of joy.
I don't even know where Mudville is.
Mudville is about, I think it's about 4 to 5 miles east of Alva. Maybe not. I'm not. No, it's okay. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. If you're watching, if you want to see Jake's face right here, you just go to YouTube, streaming live on YouTube. And I believe it's Drew Steele Radio now, is it? Just double check. You don't even have to go in the search engine. I think it's youtube.com/Drew Steele Radio. I don't know. Check. Is it?
Did you upgrade?
I don't know if I got an upgrade. I always wanted an upgrade. I've always wanted to be that person that got the in life when you get an upgrade and you don't expect it. Somebody says to you, "Well, sir, the plane's not full today, so if you would like to upgrade to first class, we would like to do that. How much is it?" Well, we could sure use some seats and coach, so there'll be no charge. Have you ever had that experience? I have always been a witness to people getting the upgrade. I've never been the dude that gets the upgrade. Do you know what I mean? Upgrades like, I'm trying to think of some of the more common upgrades that you get that are unexpected.
Like from a Honda to a Lamborghini?
No. I'm not talking about that kind of upgrade because you have to pay for that. Nobody's going to come along and say, "Sir, if you give me that Honda, this Lamborghini could be yours." No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about upgrades where there are examples, and I'm trying to think of one that's the most obvious. The airplane one comes to mind. Upgrades to the front, maybe, I don't know, the front of a, if you're going to see a show, you get upgraded to the front. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember. There have been times, I keep thinking grocery store and upgraded to the grocery store, but that's not.
The express lane.
No, the problem with the grocery store is very simple, and I know that you can relate to this because we've talked about this before. The one thing that is extremely relatable about the grocery store for everybody, if you are like me, is never change lanes. Never change the lane. If you're going to a toll booth, don't think the one next to you is going to go faster. It never, ever happens. Are you that person? Do you do that? Jake, do you do that? Do you go to the toll booth and there's a super long line and you're in it and it's like, man, this thing is going slow?
In other words, do I second guess myself?
Yes, and you say, I'm going to go to the lane next to me because this one's just going too slow. You go to the lane next to you and guess what happens?
Can I tell you what happened to me yesterday?
No, you can't. 239-479-FIT. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
All right, so I was driving. I can't even remember where I was going. But I knew I had to take a left before a light in order to prevent myself from having to do a U-turn down the road.
Okay.
Right? So I turned left, thought that it was the wrong turn. So I did a U-turn, turned around, drove through the light that I was trying to avoid going through so I didn't have to turn around at the other end of the light. So I literally second guessed myself and then double screwed myself. And then had to wind up doing what I tried to prevent.
So
from
you
doing
came. So you made a U-turn, thinking that you were going to speed up the process, and in turn, you passed the traffic light that you were supposed to make the turn at because you were so busy patting yourself on the back in your car, congratulating yourself for doing something that would have made the trip quicker.
Something like that, basically.
All right. Well, it's okay. Hope everybody understood
on Del
that.
Prado too. Just so you know,
All
at
right.
noon.
Right. There you go. Somebody texted 239-479-5592. There, yes. Upgrading from a standard room to a suite. When you go to a hotel and they say, hey, I just want to let you know, as a blah, blah, blah member, you now get the opportunity to be in the suite. And you didn't expect it and you didn't ask for it. Upgraded, right. A car rental. Like when you go get to, right. Car rentals are ones. You always go to, I've never been to a car rental. I am almost ashamed to say it. Where I go to the car rental and I'll ask them for the car, or I already purchased the car in advance and they say, hey, there's an upgrade available, no charge. Have you had that? I've never had that. There's always a charge. So I'm just looking for that upgrade with no cost. That I'm not that guy. And I'm okay with it. You know, we've spent about 5 minutes of the beginning of this Friday program talking about this, so clearly it bothers me. 239-479-5592. I have the call screen's not the same. You got to switch. You got to switch to call screen because I see there's some calls coming in. Want to remind everybody that coming up this morning at 9 o'clock, right after the program, very, very easy and simple. We will switch these cameras over to our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. And we are looking to just pack our Zoom meeting today with you, a Pledge of Allegiance. We say it together at the end of the program. We do it on our Zoom meeting. We have a ton of veterans and first responders that join us. It's a lot of fun. It's great to be part of the room, and we'd love to have you there as well. So all you have to do is text the letters USA. Text the letters USA to 239-479-5592, and we will send you the invite right now so that you could be part of our pledge. Todd was calling and he wanted to tell us it was rent-a-cars, but he probably heard me saying it, so okay. All right, so what's coming up on this mainstream program today? Well, there's all kinds of news that we're going to get to. Let me give you some of the headlines, and then we'll get to the stories on the other side. The first thing is that the media right now, as I walked into the room and I'm looking at some of the TVs, you know, you walk through the newsroom here and there's like a gajillion TVs all over the place, and every network and every place and everything that could possibly be there is happening because it's a newsroom. And what are they all showing? The president, peaceful transition of power. The president says, no, there will be no peaceful transition. Yeah, is that really what he said? Do we have to go through this so that you can understand what the media is doing once again, which is lying to you? Yeah, we do have to go through it, and we're going to have to play the audio, and we're going to have to hear some of the nonsensical things that are being said, like Wolf Blitzer yesterday to H.R. McMaster. H.R. McMaster being asked about this, and Wolf Blitzer is talking about the peaceful transition of power and what this would look like, and how this could possibly play out, and how awful it could be. It's the former president's former national security advisor, Wolf Blitzer says.
And General, if the president were to lose the election on November 3rd, and if he were to refuse to concede, and this is a hypothetical, but you're a military guy, what role would the U.S. military have to play in that type of scenario?
Really? Yeah, that's Wolf Blitzer, that's CNN. And the military's coming because, you know, the president's not going to leave. It's going to be like Scarface, everybody. Say hello to my little friend. That, you know, the whole Scarface thing, remember that? Yeah. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Donald Trump, president of the United States, holed up in the East Room, or probably in the Oval Office, and it's going to be. Is that what you think? Yes, because you're. I was going to say because you're nuts, but that's not really kind. And it's Jake Day. It's a Friday, so we're trying to be kind today. So we're going to get to that story and break it down so that everybody can hear that that's not what the president said, but it's the media trying to create something out of thin air. Oh, hey, everybody. If it wasn't another day here in the United States of America, it wouldn't be another day where we find out more about the Democrats trying to commit election fraud, mail-in ballots ending up on the other side of a ditch. We've got some stories of an investigation that's being launched in Texas because absentee ballots were found along the road in the swing state of, that was Wisconsin. Right. Absentee ballots were found in Wisconsin along the road. Oh, I have no idea why they were there. In Texas, the Attorney General is announcing arrests in fraudulent mail-in ballot scheme in the Democrat primary. Really? It's almost like a test run. Yeah, so we'll get to those stories. The Supreme Court, the president will make his choice on Saturday. Big event. Looking forward to that. Let's hope it's ACB, Amy Coney Bryant. Think that would be a great choice. We'll talk more about that. And what else did we have? Oh, there was one other thing. And I was going to say this was probably the biggest of all the stories today. When the media heats up, when the talk from the media is, hey, look at the shiny object, Trump's not going to leave office, Orange Man bad, Russian collusion is back. Ooh, not so fast. Not so fast. We come to find out that new information that was turned over to the defense counsel for General Michael Flynn shows that some FBI personnel involved in the Flynn investigation were so concerned about the legality of what they were doing, going after Mike Flynn, and the way in the process, which we'll explain in a bit, that they purchased professional liability insurance 2 weeks before the president's inauguration in order to afford themselves some kind of financial protection from what might happen after the Trump administration came into office. Almost as if they knew something was up and they knew that they could be in some legal jeopardy. And maybe we need to get some professional liability insurance just in case, because we know we're doing the wrong thing. Yeah, there was a little bit of that going on. That's kind of a big story. And there's even more to this story. There's even more bombshell information coming out. So get ready for the media to ramp up in the next few days something else. It's coming. All right, all that on the way. 239-479-5592. Please do not forget to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592 if you would like to be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance right after the program. We'll say it together. We've got some veterans and first responders that will be joining us. We had a big crowd in our Zoom meeting last week. We would love for you to be part of it as well. Stay break 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Good Friday morning. The morning commute not that bad in Lehigh Acres. There's a slowdown on Bell north and south between Jaguar and 82, but 82 is actually up to speed if you're heading westbound towards Gunnery. And Fort Myers, a little slowdown on Tree Line north to Daniels Parkway. But taking a look at my traffic cams, I-75 is a breeze right now, heading to and from Lee and Collier. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
88 degrees for today, 90 for you Saturday, 91 on Sunday, as we are looking at a chance every single day for some pop-up scattered rain and thunderstorms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
On Wall Street Thursday, the Dow finished up 52 points, the S&P up by 10, the NASDAQ up 39. Mortgage rates are still at historically low levels, but Freddie Mac says they're starting to tick up a bit. The average for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is now at 2.9%. While COVID-19 drowned many businesses, a company specializing in fishing gear is reeling in new customers. Ross Gordon is CEO of Catchco.
When we first got news of the pandemic and retailers were closing, they started to cancel their orders, and we thought that could be it for the business. Shortly after that, We saw an explosion in our online sales as more and more people got into the sport of fishing, and we've just been trying to keep up ever since.
The Chicago Sun-Times says Catchco has sold about 5 million of its signature mystery tackle boxes so far. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
I'm David Scranton. Do you know how to convert your retirement savings into steady income? Start by calling the Retirement Income Store today.
Call 866-976-9518. That's 866-976-9518.
The Retirement Income Store, where retirees go for income.
Online at theretirementincomeStore.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Sound Income Strategies, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and we've got my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, I got to tell you, the selection of floor coverings of Floor Meisters, unbelievable, fantastic. I've seen it myself, and the choices are there. But what we really want to talk about today is this Dreamweaver line of carpets. Talk about it.
I'll tell you what, Drew, this is the hottest thing since 5-buckle overshoes. We're just selling the heck out of it. Comes in 9 different patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. It has 8 warranties, and it even includes steps. The stain warranty will take care of wine, mud, and even pet accidents. So this is perfect for Jake.
Yeah, perfect for Jake, and perfect for me, and perfect for you, too. If you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, really owe it to yourself to visit their store, see their selection of Dreamweaver carpets. It's there at 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco. Now, whether it's carpet, tile, laminate, or hardwood flooring, they have it all. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator Overland lease, $399 per month. Grand Cherokee Limited or Ram Bighorn Crew Cab, lease for just $299 per month. That's right. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited or award-winning Ram trucks. Your choice. Just $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Jeep Adventure Days, featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs and Grand Cherokee Limited for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
42 monthly, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand bar for 72 months at 0% APR with 0 down. Lender approval offers don't combine.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
Slider man, slider man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man. This is our mission, to put your sliding glass door back in the top condition. Slider man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider Man.
Call Slider Man toll free, 866-594-1969.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
In a world filled with chaos,
Make it to 2021!
there's only one man who can bring back the sanity.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Joe Biden. He's middle class, just like you.
I know I'm called middle class, Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. Means I'm not sophisticated.
He's an economics whiz kid.
Out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion. $1.4 trillion. Excuse me, $1.4 $1 billion. It's hard to even say it so much.
Who else can say this and get away with it?
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That man is Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Vote Joe Biden.
You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Yeah, you know the thing. All right, come on. That's I think that's Jake's. Is that your favorite ad so far?
Paid for by Black Lives Matter.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, you know how. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. We do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Look, Joe Biden's got a lot to answer to. He's got a lot of issues when it comes to his son Hunter and all the things that have come up. The congressional report detailing the corruption behind Hunter Biden and Joe Biden as the point guy in Ukraine and the millions of dollars that he got from the wife of the mayor in Moscow and the company and Burisma. And I mean, all of it is all spelled out. And the media and Democrats want to make, that's old news, nothing to see here. Move along, move it. There's nothing to see here. No, that's all been debunked. Or really, has it really been? You know, the thought of a journalist actually being a journalist instead of journalizing would be really good at this moment in time to really come out and look at all the issues that are going on with the Biden family and Joe Biden himself and say, yeah, you know, this is legit. Instead of just dismissing it because nobody believes you. There's a little bit of credibility that you can. Well, you know, here's the thing. If Joe Biden says it, does that mean it's true? It's like the bear in the woods, right? If a bear, okay. What am I talking about? Joe Biden, on many occasions, said there wasn't a scintilla of evidence against Hunter. How do I know that? Because I'll play a supercut coming up from our friends at Grabian of Joe Biden doing exactly that. Nothing to see here. And the media's just like, yeah, he's right. He's right. There's nothing. Did you see what Trump did? What did he do?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. You know, I come from a long line of builders. In fact, I can still remember my first day on the job, working for my dad. I thought because I was the boss's son that I would start out in a construction trailer, looking over plans all day. Well, to my surprise, he handed me a shovel and he said, start digging. And that's exactly what I did. He made me learn every aspect of the building process by doing it. So if that's the kind of builder that you're looking for, look no further than Big Island Builders. BigIslandBuilders.com. Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. We live in a day and age where it seems like no one wants to take responsibility for their actions, especially in the construction industry. If an issue comes up in the building process, it always seems to be someone else's fault. Well, you won't hear that from us. We build a top-quality custom home, and we do it for a fair price. 239-262-6867.
Has the little blue pill let you down? Our expert medical staff at MyMensClinic.com can and will help. Guys, if you're suffering from ED, we can fix it. Even if you have tried Viagra and other drugs and they've failed you, we will help. Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED. Even if you have other medical conditions, they're generally no problem. We know that hearing we can try again next weekend is tough. When what you want to hear is wow, we at MyMensClinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you, thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at MyMensClinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, MyMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here. But you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155. And don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor. That's Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hope PACE is a comprehensive health and wellness program designed for seniors who want to get care in the comfort of their own home. With their help, you may be able to avoid unnecessary visits to the hospital or emergency room. Hope PACE provides all-inclusive medical care, transportation, and support by phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 239-985-2499 or visit hopepace.org. That's 239-985-2499 or hopepace.org.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. At least 24 people are arrested during another night of protests in Louisville, Kentucky, over police officers not being charged in the death of Breonna Taylor during a raid on her apartment in March. Dozens of protesters ended up at a church offering refuge.
We saw them smash windows, we saw them destroy property, screaming the usual profanities against police, and police started to declare this an unlawful assembly. And there were officers and law enforcement in riot gear on every corner of this church property.
Fox's Matt Finn. The new Fox News poll showed Joe Biden ahead in 3 states considered competitive in the presidential election.
The latest Fox News poll found Joe Biden leads President Trump by 9 points in Nevada, 5 in Ohio, and 7 in Pennsylvania. The Fox poll found more voters in each state trust Biden to do a better job on COVID and picking a Supreme Court justice, but trust President Trump to do a better job on the economy.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. FGCU has suspended Phi Delta Theta and Sigma Chi fraternities for the rest of the semester after throwing big parties last month. The university has 80 cases of COVID-19 since the start of school on August 17th. Construction is changing road traffic patterns for drivers. Alico Road from Ben Hill Griffin Parkway to Airport Hall Road in Lee County will have one lane open in each direction starting tonight. That road work starts at 7 p.m. President Donald Trump's campaign heads to Miami, where he's expected to hold a roundtable event with Hispanic voters today. Governor Ron DeSantis is sticking up for your college student. He's considering a Bill of Rights for them. The governor says it's dramatic for students to potentially be expelled for going to a party from the pandemic. Charlotte County just started sending out your mail-in ballots. Lee County starts sending them out on Tuesday. So far, Florida has recorded nearly 5 million vote-by-mail requests. That's 1.5 million more mail-in ballots than the presidential election in 2016. And no more Lake Okeechobee freshwater releases. That's despite the water going up more than a foot this month. Construction projects are underway around the Herbert Hoover Dike, so it's crucial to make sure the lake doesn't get too high. But the news of no more water releases so far is welcome on both coasts. The Army Corps of Engineers says they're taking it week by week and almost day by day. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash in Collier County at Rattlesnake Hammock and the East Trail. No major backups for right now, just a tap on your brakes. Traffic starting to slow on Bonita Beach Road heading eastbound towards the interstate, as well as delays on Daniels Parkway heading west towards I-75. That morning rush is definitely underway as well if you're heading out of Cape Coral on the Midpoint Bridge. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some occasional pop-up scattered showers and storms will be mixing in with sunshine and high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to even near 90. The weekend won't be a washout, but you still got to factor in some more pop-up showers and storms scattered across the area with highs in the upper 80s and some lower 90s. We start next week at 90. We finish it at about 86 and 87 with a few lingering soakers in the forecast by that point. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Colby with your Colby Cooling Tip of the Day.
You hear AC technicians with all kinds of fancy titles in advertising like comfort specialist, energy maintenance technician, comfort advisors, blah, blah, blah. So what's that all mean? It's simply a catchphrase for salesman who isn't an air conditioning mechanic. Real mechanics have real NATE certifications. And if your company doesn't employ NATE certified mechanics, you're getting a sales tech at your house for service. A NATE certified mechanic has been to real air conditioning school and is tested for competency. So you know that your mechanic actually knows how to fix your air conditioner and not just sell you stuff. It's easy to spot the difference. Just ask for their NATE ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
This just in, Rockstar Harley needs used inventory, and they're giving 115% of Kelley Blue Book value when trading for a new Harley this week. Rockstar Harley has finance specialists on site to help get you approved. Whether good credit, bad credit, or no credit, they can help. And they trade anything, bikes, cars, RVs, and more because it's worth more at Rockstar Harley. If you owe way too much in your trade, get 115% of Kelley Blue Book trade value right now at Rockstar Harley. Adjustment for mileage and reconditioning and Sunday.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Why? Why pay more for a used car or truck? Model year end sales event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, just $49 per month. That's right, a new car for just $49 per month. 2020 Kia Rio, just $13,990. Yes, $13,990. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Galliana Kia has lenders to get almost anyone approved. Plus, we'll take any trade, in any condition, even if you're upside down. Why? Why buy an overpriced used car when you can buy a new car for less? Brand new Kias, just $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Model year in sales event going on now at Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
24-month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at sign, plus tax, tag, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. Zero security deposit with lender approval, expires month end.
It's your friend Sean Hannity here. You know, investing in real estate around this great country is something that I take very seriously. Now, I can tell you there are a lot of agents or national companies. They look good on paper or make big incentives or may even offer to work for less money. But one thing I've learned over the years is details in real estate mean serious dollars. Now, I have seen firsthand the importance of working with and trusting the advice of an agent who truly has their hand on the pulse of the local market, that actually live in the market and have proven track records of making sellers money in that city through good markets and challenging markets. There's only one agent I trust, and I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams, Naples. Look, the only thing more expensive than hiring an expert is hiring an amateur. Don't trust your home to just anyone. Now, I've done the homework. Talk to the agent that I trust for the best advice. Call Denny Grimes about his guarantees today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
It's a scam by the Democrats.
Trump versus Biden, round one, is set for Tuesday.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden, round one, only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Every single solitary, serious investigator, including your network and others, have looked at this, have said there's absolutely zero basis to the accusation that I acted any way inappropriately or that my son did. Every major national, international, and local news operations looked into it has said it's a lie. This is the president who's flat lying. So there's not been a scintilla of evidence pointing out anything is wrong. There's not a single solitary scintilla of evidence anywhere. There's not been one scintilla of evidence.
Not one big scintilla. Not even a little scintilla. Not even scintilla, which, by the way, don't they make really nice coats out of scintilla? Am I right about that? It's
the first time I've ever heard that word in my life.
Scintilla is very warming in the wintertime if you really want something that a lot of people have looked to different animal furs, but scintillas have absolutely the best degree of comfort, silky smoothness, and warmth. 239-479-5592. There's the talking text line. That is Joe Biden, who says there's not a scintilla of evidence. Listen, even because there's a report out, a Senate committee that discovered that Hunter Biden received $3.5 million in a wire transfer from Elena Baturina, who was a Russian who became rich after receiving lucrative contracts from the city of Moscow. Her husband was the mayor. Nothing to see here. Move along. Not a scintilla of evidence. He said it. It's that beautiful fur that you get. Not a scintilla. Also, Hunter paid large amounts of money to what appears to be an Eastern European prostitution or a human trafficking ring. But listen, that's speculation, everybody. Nothing to see here. That has been debunked, and it's almost as ridiculous as if somebody said, "Oh, I don't know. Let me throw this out there and get really crazy." You ready? It's almost as if somebody had some kind of, I don't know, folder that was put together that said that the president of the United States did some kind of urinating on a bed that Obama slipped in Moscow or something. Some kind of pee-pee thing going on. It'd be so silly, right? Nobody would. Okay, so anyway, there's a lot. There's the consulting money from Burisma. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of scintillas. There's a lot of that. Yeah, I know, John. I know John and Golding. I know it's chinchilla. That's a joke. Nobody's with me. That's a joke. It's my small little. Did you know that it was chinchilla, Jake, that I was talking about? Did you have any idea that that's what I meant when I said that? It was a. Get it? Okay. It's Friday, everybody. Friday, by the way, also means that if you text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592, you can be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance that we do after the show. 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., we switch the cameras over from YouTube, where we're at right now, Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe. We switch the cameras over, and off we go to Zoom and our Zoom meeting, Pledge of Allegiance. We had 35 people last week, I think, they was joining us. So we're hoping to do that even bigger and better today. So we're looking forward to that. Just text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. All right, somebody said it wasn't a joke. Not a joke. Oh, not a joke. Okay, sorry.
Not a joke.
Thank you. Man, I got to get quicker on the buttons. Big thank you to everybody who's watching us right now on YouTube. Gary wanted to remind us that, hey, just so you know this, that he gets unsolicited offers for free car rental upgrades all the time. Maybe you should find a different rental company. We were talking about how I never get the upgrades. I'm the guy that always goes in the line at Publix thinking that this is the short line, or I'm on a line that's taking too long, and then I switch lanes, and then next thing you know, that one goes, and the one I'm on stops. I'm just that guy, and I don't get the upgrades like everybody else does. All right. Speaking of upgrades, this has nothing to do with it. This is a big story. Two big stories out yesterday. Speaking of what's going on with the 2020 election, some of the information that we're starting to discover now, we're starting to hear more and more about. You can hear the panic in the left's voice. That would be the media, Democrats, and leftist progressives, Marxists, all out there that are kind of getting a little worried because there's more and more information coming out about how the United States government was weaponized against a presidential candidate, how the United States government was being used in such ways that they were going after American citizens in ways that we never imagined in a million years would be possible in the constitutional republic that we are in. Unless, of course, the people that are behind it really don't believe very much in a constitutional republic. They might have questions about whether or not they're really in love with the country the way it is. What am I talking about? Two stories that I want to let you know about. Two stories were breaking yesterday. One that I discussed earlier. Text messages showed that agents, FBI personnel involved in the Mike Flynn investigation. You know, the one that continues on and on because we have a rogue, out-of-control judge who just doesn't want to seem to put this case to rest when it should be, because there was nothing and no reason to go after Mike Flynn. The FBI knew it. The fact that there was no reason to go after him, and yet they kept the case open because somebody at the top, you can maybe figure out who that person might be. I'm not saying it was all the way to the top, but we'll just leave that there. It appears as if that case needed to keep going, and we needed to keep it open. Peter Strzok is like, no, we're not closing the case. We're going to keep this thing going against Mike Flynn. Now, here's an interesting aspect to all of this. This new information, Red State has the story turned over to the defense counsel for General Mike Flynn. Some FBI personnel involved in the Flynn investigation were so concerned about the legality of what they were doing, they purchased professional liability insurance. Is that what the insurance policy was all about? 2 weeks before President Trump's inauguration, in order to afford themselves some kind of financial protection from what might happen after the Trump administration came into office. We have text messages now showing that one agent purchased insurance on January 10th, 2017. That was the same day that CNN reported on the briefing of soon-to-be President Trump by 4 principals of the IC, the intelligence community. That's Brennan Clapper, Mike Rogers, James Comey. And they claim that agents and analysts involved in the FBI Crossfire Hurricane investigation, as well as persons at, quote, the agency, as one message stated, had all purchased or were looking to purchase similar insurance protection. But why? Why would they do this? Because they knew that there were issues of the illegality of what they were doing. Kimberly Strassel had a tweet yesterday talking about even more that was discovered by Catherine Herridge at CBS. Christopher Steele's main source for the dossier, you know, as Dan Bongino, our friend, likes to put it, the PP tapes, you know, the dossier there, that whole thing. Apparently, Christopher Steele's main source for all the info there was the subject of a nearly 2-year-long FBI counter-intel investigation from 2009 to 2011 under suspicion of being a Russian spy and a threat to national security. Yeah. Can I say that again? For those that aren't picking up on what I'm putting down? Isn't that the guy was step into a Slim Jim? You picking up what I'm putting? Or is that one of the other wrestlers? I don't follow wrestling. Wasn't that a wrestler guy? Anyway, like I'm asking Jake. Jake doesn't know. The only thing Jake would know is, hey, which button on the Xbox do I push to make this bullet fire?
Not answering that question.
Yeah, I can't. Early in the Obama administration, subsource reportedly attempted to recruit 2 individuals connected to an influential foreign policy advisor to Obama. Said if they got jobs in the administration and access to classified information, he could help them make a little extra money. FBI says he had previously contact with the Russian embassy and Russian intelligence officers. We know the name of the subsource now, and that he, for a period of time, was at Brookings. That's a Democrat think tank. But the real kicker, according to Kimberly Strassel's tweet yesterday, per these documents that came out from Lindsey Graham, the FBI knew about this prior counterintelligence investigation into the source in December 2016. It knew it was relying on information from a suspected Russian spy. The same FBI, said to be concerned about Russian interference in election, was using information from a suspected Russian spy to probe a presidential campaign. The same FBI, claiming Carter Page was a Russian agent, was making that case based on info from a suspected Russian agent. Can I keep going on and on and on? I don't need to, do I? So now the big question is John Durham looking into all of this, and is all this going to come out soon in the open, sooner rather than later? This is kind of a big deal, right? In the whole Russian collusion hoax nonsense that we're led to believe by people like Vanity Fair that the president is still in league with Putin to try to rig the election. Really? Maybe that's why Vanity Fair came out with that article talking about Russian collusion still going on between Trump and Putin and the Russians just the other day. Because maybe there was a hint that this was coming out. It was coming up. Because this is not good for them. And quite honestly, it's not good for us and this constitutional republic. That's one of the big issues here that we are concerned about. And when we have an election that is the most important election, I might say ever, well, since like Mario Diaz-Balart said yesterday, since the Civil War, when you realize what's at stake and what Democrats are willing to do to get this election. Hey, we're going to talk about that. Some of the mail-in voter fraud that's going on, that's happening. And boy, Democrats' names are all over it. Hey, don't take my word for it. I'm just talking about the Texas Attorney General who announced arrests in a fraudulent mail-in ballot scheme during the Democrat primary. But, it's among themselves. It's not like they would do it to anybody else. Okay. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube. Just go to Drew Steele Radio on YouTube. Please subscribe while you're there. You ready, Jake? Drew's got... Sorry, I don't know why It's like a rhythm that I clap my hand like that. Are you ready to go? Here we go. I feel like I'm going to cheer. Yay, team.
Those long socks with an afro and just,
I have no idea. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's just stop while you're behind. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. Let's have some fun with caller number 3 at 239-479-5592. Third caller right now. Play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. Here we go. It's Sabrina Cat. Sorry, Sabrina. I'm half looking at Jake out of the corner of my eye, and I almost said Jake, and that would be real. I'm sorry. Just Sabrina's got traffic.
A crash on State Road 82 just east of Corkscrew Road. As you are heading towards State Road 29, you'll have to tap on your brakes for. State Road 29 is a little congested as well, just to the south of State Road 82. Now, if you're in Collier County, still seeing that crash at Rattlesnake in the East Trail. Traffic is not backed up for right now. Significantly, just a little congestion westbound on Rattlesnake towards that intersection. Also on Immokalee Road, seeing that morning rush heading west towards Logan. This is near Gulf Coast High School. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
88 degrees for today, 90 for you Saturday, 91 on Sunday, as we are looking at a chance every single day for some pop-up scattered rain and thunderstorms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. Marieke van Rennenkamp, State Department analyst and Obama regime appointee at the Defense Department. In an op-ed for The Hill, this guy's calling for Democrats to stop being cowards and to teach Republicans a lesson. If the Republicans dare confirm a Supreme Court justice for the vacancy caused by RBG's passing, von Rennenkamp says that the Democrats must take off the gloves and use fear-mongering to whip up their base. He says the Democrats must immediately impeach Trump again, this time on the pretext that Trump supposedly begged the Chi-Com president to help with his re-election. The Democrats have to hold hearings. They have to flood the zone with anti-Trump witnesses, he says. The Democrats should also grant Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. statehood so they can seize control of the U.S. Senate by installing 4 new Democrat senators in perpetuity. The Democrats should also give big blue states like California more political power than states like Wyoming, which contribute nothing to our economy, he says. And to top it off, the Democrats should stack the Supreme Court by adding seats. Now think about this. Marieke van Rennenkamp is a mainstream Democrat. He was a high-level Obama regime appointee. Perfect example of tyrants in waiting running the deep state, which Democrats claim doesn't exist, while this guy is out proving it right here and now. Athletes nationwide talking about the relief they're getting from Level Select CBD sports creams and roll-ons from Cadenwood, the leader in CBD. Baseball legend Steve Garvey, with a National League record 1,207 consecutive games, uses Level Select CBD daily. He swears by it. Countless other athletes, including former quarterback Carson Palmer, PGA champion Ricky Fowler, find Level Select CBD helps keep them in the game. It works for them. It can work for you, too. Level Select CBD has a full line of products to choose from, all independently tested, made in the USA with 0% THC. Go to LevelSelectCBD.com. Use the promo code CBD30 for 30% off any of their CBD products. That's LevelSelectCBD.com and the promo code CBD30.
Not available in Idaho, Iowa, and South Dakota.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steele, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Retirement questions? You can bet Bob Grace probably has the answer. Join him every Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday at noon for Retire with Grace. It's your source for all things retirement, from how current events could affect your savings to strategies to help maximize your retirement income and everything in between. Join us, Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Investment advisory services offered through Grace Capital Management Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. I'd give you the phone number right now, but I'm looking at the phone lines, and apparently we're having some issues once again. All right, well, no, hey, listen, technical glitches we will get to, and I'm seeing some of the text. We will get to it. Coming up with the text line seems to be working. Maybe we can play Drew's College over the text line. Can we do that? I don't know if that would work. Anyway, let's not worry about that right now. We will try again at 7:50. No worries. We'll do it again. Coming up then. In the meantime, on the way, we have... Is this right? Okay, yeah, coming up. We have a conversation with Morgan Ortagus, who is the State Department spokesperson under the Secretary of State Pompeo. Coming up next.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Ready for your energy-saving seasonal maintenance? Call Service Experts of Fort Myers, your hometown HVAC pros. And right now, get an AC tune-up for only $39.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
See website for license details.
When you get a call from a top NBA player who was injured in a car crash by a drunk driver and faces a career-ending injury, you know you must bring your A game. And you also feel grateful that your reputation as the world's largest injury firm, with hundreds and hundreds of verdicts and billions in recoveries for our clients, has been recognized. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Has the little blue pill let you down? Our expert medical staff at mymensclinic.com can and will help. Guys, if you're suffering from ED, we can fix it. Even if you've tried Viagra and other drugs and they've failed you, we will help. Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED, even if you have other medical conditions. They're generally no problem. We know that hearing "we can try again next weekend" is tough. When what you want to hear is wow, we at mymensclinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you. Thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at mymensclinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, mymensclinic.com.
When you went car shopping, you meant business. You aced vehicle history searches and test drives. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. FGCU has suspended Phi Delta Theta and Sigma Chi fraternities for the rest of the semester after throwing big parties last month. The university has 80 cases of COVID-19 since the start of school on August 17th. Construction is changing road traffic patterns for drivers. Alico Road from Ben Hill Griffin Parkway to Airport Hall Road in Lee County will have one lane open in each direction starting tonight. That road work starts at 7 p.m. President Donald Trump's campaign heads to Miami, where he's expected to hold a roundtable event with Hispanic voters today. Governor Ron DeSantis is sticking up for your college student. He's considering a Bill of Rights for them. The governor says it's dramatic for students to potentially be expelled for going to a party from the pandemic. Charlotte County just started sending out your mail-in ballots. Lee County starts sending them out on Tuesday. So far, Florida has recorded nearly 5 million vote-by-mail requests. That's 1.5 million more mail-in ballots than the presidential election in 2016. And no more Lake Okeechobee freshwater releases. That's despite the water going up more than a foot this month. Construction projects are underway around the Herbert Hoover Dike, so it's crucial to make sure the lake doesn't get too high. But the news of no more water releases so far is welcome on both coasts. The Army Corps of Engineers says they're taking it week by week and almost day by day. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash on State Road 82 just east of Corkscrew Road. As you are heading towards State Road 29, you'll have to tap on your brakes for. State Road 29 is a little congested as well, just to the south of State Road 82. Now, if you're in Collier County, still seeing that crash at Rattlesnake in the East Trail. Traffic is not backed up for right now. Significantly, just a little congestion westbound on Rattlesnake towards that intersection. Also on Immokalee Road, seeing that morning rush heading west towards Logan. This is near Gulf Coast High School. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some occasional pop-up scattered showers and storms will be mixing in with sunshine and high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to even near 90. The weekend won't be a washout, but you still got to factor in some more pop-up showers and storms scattered across the area with highs in the upper 80s and some lower 90s. We start next week at 90. We finish it at about 86 and 87 with a few lingering soakers in the forecast by that point. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Get a 2019 Buick Encore SUV with only 584 miles for $20,000. Practically a new car for thousands less. Or a 2004 Buick Park Avenue with only 56,000 miles. Florida condo car for $6,500. With over 300 vehicles, visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator Overland lease, $399 per month. Grand Cherokee Limited or Ram Bighorn Crew Cab, lease for just $299 per month. That's right. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited or award-winning Ram trucks. Your choice. Just $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Jeep Adventure Days, featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs and Grand Cherokee Limited for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
42 monthly, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months, 0% APR with 0 down. Lender approval offers don't combine.
Attention SSI and other federal benefit recipients. If you did not file a tax return last year and have children under 17, you must act now to get the $500 economic impact payment per child this year. You must provide the IRS your child's information by September 30th. Go to irs.gov and use the non-filer tool by September 30th. That's irs.gov. This message produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening.
Sure.
Who's able to hear more than what's being said and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey, you confused about real estate? Sean Hannity here, and I can tell you as an active real estate investor, well, just like the stock market, it can go up one day and down the next. Home values and sales, they fluctuate on a dime. Now, even though I've bought and sold homes for years all across this great country, one thing I will always do is partner with a sharp real estate agent that truly studies local and national market trends, that knows the real value of homes, and most importantly, knows how to generate demand regardless of the market. And the good news is you have a truly amazing agent right in your backyard. I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams, Naples. He has an amazing team working for him. He doesn't miss a single detail. Now his system is so bulletproof, well, he can create demand and sell your home at a deadline that you agree to, or he will buy it himself. Now, real estate doesn't have to be frustrating or scary. Call Denny Grimes today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talking text lines streaming live. We are on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. Coming up, more on Joe Biden and some of the comments that have been made by the former vice president with regards to Hunter Biden and things that the scintilla of evidence thing we should focus on, not focus on, kind of a little silly. And also, we're going to get to some of the breaking news, some of the stories that have come out this morning that we come to find out about. Oh, how interesting. Christopher Steele's main source for the dossier was the subject of a nearly 2-year-long FBI counterintelligence investigation because that person was under suspicion of being a Russian spy and a, quote, threat to national security. Let me see here. Everything is fine. Move along. 239-479-5592. All right, another announcement. Just want to make this clear to everyone that coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, I keep clapping my hands. You can tell it's Friday. My hands are, I got to put them by my side. Coming up this morning, 9 a.m., right after the program, once again, we are going to do the Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. We are looking forward to that. We had a great crowd last time. World War II veterans helped us the first go around when we did the pledge. Last week, we had a great turnout, And thanks, Peggy on YouTube said right here, the Zoom idea, Pledge of Allegiance is great. Thank you, Peggy. We do appreciate that. Janet on YouTube says, smile, it's Friday. I'm hearing that lately. I'm not smiling enough. All right. I apologize for that. I'm working on it. No problem. Unknown Big said, hey, with the evidence of voter fraud, Dems still say there's no voter fraud, so which side do you believe is benefiting from it? That is an interesting question because there are people that are now suggesting that Democrats are a little worried about this pressure, this push towards mail-in ballots all of a sudden and overwhelming systems to the point where maybe this whole idea will backfire. Remember, it's Democrats who want to do this, right? It's Democrats who push the idea of getting mail-in voting. You got to mail it in. That's the only way to do it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Nobody is able to go outdoors. You can't even go shopping at your favorite grocery store. You can't go anywhere out on the streets. You've got to stay away. You've got to be as far away from people as you possibly can. You can't let your kids go out. I mean, it's that bad. No, it's not that bad. As a matter of fact, we're told about all the protests that are going on over Breonna Taylor and that decision on the streets. And I just walked through the newsroom and noticed the TVs big and loud and proud showing all the protests. Peaceful, of course. Nothing really going on. I mean, nothing to see here, everything. Well, a couple of police officers got shot in Louisville, and there's been some smashing of windows and rioting and looting. But that's oh, no. That is not, let's get this straight, everybody. That's right-wing. That is not rioting that is happening because of people like Black Lives Matter or Antifa or anything like. No. It's right-wing extremists. How do I know? Because I heard an ESPN analyst, the sports talking heads who know so much about politics, say that just the other day. I'm not kidding. I'll have that coming up in just a second. Now, I'm not suggesting that the media is downplaying any of the protests. That would be silly. I don't know. Let's see this NBC report from last night. How is it going? These protests, peaceful, right? What are they saying here?
For a second straight night, a curfew will be in effect. Lester.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you. It's worth emphasizing most of the protests around the country were peaceful. The decision not to charge anyone in Breonna Taylor's death met with profound.
I got to stop. Okay, so that's in the middle of a report. How did it go?
Much of the city is still locked down. For a second straight night, a curfew will be in effect.
Louisville.
Lester?
Yeah.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you. It's worth emphasizing most of the protests around the country were peaceful.
Yeah.
The decision not to charge anyone in Breonna Taylor's
death. Yeah, moving on. That's it. Yes. Everything's fine. I mean, most of it around the country are peaceful, so everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. Yeah, let's just downplay it all and not worry about everything that is going on as if it's all peaceful. And as a matter of fact, that's what we'll show you. And that's what you get to see. And then all your liberal buddies tell all their liberal buddies that it's mostly peaceful protests, unless you ask the talking heads on some of your favorite sports networks. No, I'm not kidding. So check this out. Two things happened yesterday. There were discussions about police, defunding the police, what we're going to do about major cities across the country, and how Charles Barkley, do you know who Charles Barkley is? Charles Barkley, a famous basketball player, Charles Barkley, right? Jake the Millennial, do you even know?
Space Jam.
No, that's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but Charles Barkley was in at the end because they did a little pickup game at the end.
He may be right. Charles Barkley on, I guess they had the TNT analyst show.
Oh, that's right. He does NBA talking stuff.
Yeah, he does NBA talking stuff is what he does. I think that's what it's called. It's actually NBA talking stuff with Charles Barkley. That's a
good name.
And Shaq does it with him. It's the talking stuff show. So he's on last night with the Talking Stuff show talking about defunding the police because, when you're trying to watch and see whether or not your favorite sports team is going to win or lose against your non-favorite sports team, that's the one thing you want to hear is from Charles Barkley and Shaq and others, the talking heads, talking about Black Lives Matter, defunding the police, Breonna. It's like, I get that during the day. I'm trying to watch sports. But no, you can't do that. Anyway, what does Charles Barkley say about this?
To really be careful when we, I hear these fools on TV talking about defund the police and things like that. We need police reform and prison reform and things like that. Because you know who ain't going to defund the cops? White neighborhoods and rich neighborhoods. So that notion they keep saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, we just gonna leave, who are black people supposed to call? Ghostbusters? When we have crime in our neighborhoods, we need police reform. But like I say, white people, especially rich white people, they're always gonna have cops. So we need to stop that defund or abolish the cops crap.
Okay, well, number one, to a point, he's right. There are going to be people who have money and means that will will pay for security. Kind of like the Hollywood elite do when they tell you that you're not allowed to have a gun. You shouldn't walk around with guns are bad. Those long guns, those ones are really bad. And the ones that they kit out to make it look like an assault rifle, but it's really not. It's just a rifle. Yeah, those ones are really, really, really bad. I mean, there's flame coming out of them and they shoot lasers and it's unbelievable what those guns do. They're awful. And only the people that have a lot of money can afford to buy them. The people that have a lot of money can afford security. Neighborhoods that do not have a lot of money are looking towards a police department. Or as Charles says, who are they going to get? Ghostbusters, right? I mean, they're tough.
We came, we saw, we kicked it.
Easy. Yeah, so, who are you going to call? Anyway, so there's Charles Barkley saying, who are you going to call? Look, you need police departments. We need police departments anyway. And certainly, if you're concerned about your safety, your family's safety, then you may want to purchase and have a firearm, especially looking at the streets and seeing what is happening in some of the riots and protests. And if we're not allowed to and we can't call a police department to defend us, then hey, that whole talk, Second Amendment's got to go away and that you hate guns, yeah, zip it. Because that discussion's over. Yeah, because I need my family to be safe. And I have a constitutional right to have such. Which on a side note, hey, for all the Amendment 4 folks that are saying felons getting that constitutional, that right to vote, to get out and vote, that we should be able to restore and make them whole, felons, that they would be able to vote in the state of Florida. How you doing on getting and restoring their rights to get firearms back as well? You working on that one? No, you're not. Oh, I'm sure you're going to get to that. Big focus on. All right. So now we have another knucklehead who's out there who's, listen, I don't know whether or not this guy from ESPN, gosh, what is his name? It's almost like you don't care. Neither do I. Oh, here it is. Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is with ESPN. Max Kellerman, I think, he was big because he was a boxing guy. He was a big boxing guy, right? And then he became this analyst. And Colby Covington, who is a UFC fighter, big Trump supporter. Colby, Jake, I just said something. Jake just perked up on this Friday on this Jake
I said
Day.
King Kobe.
You're a Team Kobe guy.
Yeah, he's the real king.
All right. Good to know. So he was pro-Trump, said a lot of things the other day. I got to play that audio. I have it someplace. I'll find it. I'll get to it. So this UFC fighter wins. He goes on to the program, and he's like, Trump's going to beat Biden. That's when the real beatdown's going to take place. And okay. So apparently Max Kellerman didn't like that from ESPN and had a few things to say. Now, we know that when we want to get to the facts and we want to get to really the wise among us to give us the information when it comes to politics, knowing how often they are talking about politics on a daily basis and what their job description is, that the people you go to get that information are people at ESPN, big liberal organization, talking sports. You see where I'm going. Anyway, all right, so here's Max Kellerman. You ready for this, Jake? This is Max Kellerman, a guy who was a former boxing analyst, is now one of the talking heads, big talking head names on ESPN. Listen, I'm sure he does a lot of research and looks into politics and digs in deep. So when he makes a comment about it, he knows what he's talking about. He was upset about Colby Covington and calling out LeBron James, and he was calling out woke athletes. And so Max Kellerman says,
when he talks about, like, Black Lives Matter, 93% of the protests are peaceful. The vast, overwhelming majority are peaceful. And by the way, the 7% that are not, they have a very broad definition of what's not, quote unquote, peaceful. For example, if you block traffic or something like that, or if you respond to police provocation. And even then, a big percentage of that, that wasn't peaceful, is actually outside agitators, extremist right-wing agitators.
Okay, hold on a second. What are they?
Posing as protesters.
Oh.
Extremist right-wing agitators posing as protesters.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that. I'm so glad that we have ESPN and Max Kellerman to go to. Somebody who digs into, he lives, eats, and breathes politics. Of course, he works at a sports station, but that's just his gig. But he lives, eats, and breathes politics. And so he studied this, and he believes that, and he lets everybody know that, look, 93% of what's going on is peaceful. That's just 7% that isn't. Oh, and by the way, of all of the non-peaceful protesting that's going on, rioting, smashing windows and the like, it's right-wing agitators posing as protesters. It's right-wing people. You got it? You know where he's going with that. And everybody there's like, yep, he's right. That Max is one smart guy. Okay. I bring all of this up to to say this. You are going to get politics today everywhere. Forget about sports now being your respite from the daily grind of trying to keep up with the latest liberal media, Democrat propaganda going against you and your values and your president and everybody's president. Because now you can be guaranteed that not only are you going to watch a basketball game and see Black Lives Matter on the court, of course, not even understanding Black Lives Matter, the organization, and how they are Marxists and what their ideology is and what they're trying to do and their connections to Marxists and communists, but we're not allowed to say that because, sports, I guess. But now you also have the talking heads who are digging right in, and they're digging in, they're diving in the pool of liberal lies and bringing it to you and possibly your kids. So I just want to remind everybody that that's out there. And how much fun is that? Can't even watch. Well, I don't know if you're watching ESPN. Yeah. All right, I'll leave it at that. Don't forget, text the letters USA to 239-479-5592 right now. Do that right now because 9 o'clock, we switch these cameras from our YouTube station, youtube.com. Drew Steele Radio is where you go. We switch the cameras from YouTube and Facebook to Zoom, and our Zoom meeting and our Pledge of Allegiance that we do at the end of the week, each and every week. And we do it together, and I want to make this one the biggest one so far. So join us. Text the letters USA to 239-479-5592, and you can join our Zoom meeting. We will love to see you there coming up this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
All lanes of State Road 82 shut down at the intersection of Corkscrew Road from a rollover crash. Now, if you usually take this roadway to commute between Lehigh and Immokalee or LaBelle, you cannot do that right now. The best way to navigate around this from Immokalee, stick to Immokalee Road to the interstate, or from Lehigh, stick to Daniels Parkway to I-75. Also, a crash reported in North Fort Myers at Hancock Ridge Parkway and Orange Grove Boulevard, slowing traffic southbound on Orange Grove. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
88 degrees for today, 90 for you Saturday, 91 on Sunday, as we are looking at a chance every single day for some pop-up scattered rain and thunderstorms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
For the past 58 years, Conditioned Air is focused on your comfort. Today more than ever, our business community, our nonprofits, our leaders, and our citizens are relying on each other for strength. It's not a me thing, a you thing, it's a we time. And
by the way, hi, good morning, Friday. Good to see everybody. I just wanted to say hi to you all. I switched the microphone. Now it's the microphone coming off the computer just so I can say hi to you. Because I want to say hi to, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. And Ronnie Ron is there. And Mark Donahue. And Peter Burt. Good to see you. And let's see who else. Don. And we got Gary, which we talked about earlier. Gary Kircher. And Shannon. Good morning, Shannon. How are you today? We've got Kevin. We've got C.A. Is it C.A. Chatham? Is your name C.A. Chatham? Or is it like your California, Massachusetts? Like C.A. California, Chatham. Isn't Chatham, Massachusetts? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Unknown Big is here. And Tammy, good to see you as well. Laura Savage. Joe. Joseph Pedalino. I got to get your name right. And Jim, good morning, Jim. And Peggy, we saw Peggy earlier. Janet, good morning. Janet's the one that said I should smile. I don't have a great smile. That's the problem. And I got this big gap in my teeth, see? That's the other thing. I got to work on that gap. All right, Judy, let's hope it's 4 years. Okay. Judy was talking about, Laura said it's 40 more days of ridiculousness, and Judy said, let's hope it's 4 years and 40 days. There you go. It's right. They'll never give up harassing the president. Gary, good morning, Gary. Gary said the right foot. I get it. Very nice. I get what you did there. Good morning, Addison. How you doing? Just want to say hi to everybody here. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're here. I'll be back in a minute. Say good morning to some more of you all watching. I appreciate it.
Championship and Roger Dean Chevrolet Pro-Am coming the weekend of October 16th. Get tournament details and book tee times up to 7 days in advance at CoralOaksGolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. No, like the Supreme Court decision by the president coming up on Saturday, White House announcement, so we're looking forward to that. It'd be funny if there was like a supercut from 2016 of all the media saying that the Supreme Court choice for Barack Obama at the time in 2016 needs to happen now. What are we waiting for, right? Come on, Senate.
Article 2 of the Constitution makes clear the president nominates, the Senate advises, and consents. It doesn't say, except not in an election year.
Right. It would be rare for the Senate to turn the president down in an election year.
17 presidents, including 5 in the 20th century, successfully put justices on the court during an election year.
6 Supreme Court justices have been confirmed in presidential election years.
Well, how funny is that from Grabian? There is a supercut of the media doing that in 2016 saying, hey, listen, we gotta get that Supreme Court justice now.
Is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
Spider-Man,
Slider Man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new, Slider Man. This is our mission, to put your sliding glass door back in the top condition, Slider Man. We make your patio door slide like new, Slider Man.
Call Sliderman toll free, 866-594-1969.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here, but you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155, and don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor, at Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
1 hour air conditioning and heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1-HOUR.
This is a scam by the Democrats.
Trump versus Biden, round one, is set for Tuesday.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
All men and women created by you know the thing. Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden, round one, only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds of up to a gig. Bounce forward on a network that helps keep connected devices protected. To learn more, go to Comcast Business.
I got to turn the mic on for this. Terry makes an interesting point, and I want you to see this. Terry says, the problem with preaching to the choir is we've all heard it before. I wish there was a way to break the propagandist monopoly on access to the general public. They are never exposed to the truth. This is important, Terry. It's a great point, but this is an important thing to remember. Number one, we are talking about what we've heard before. We are talking about and reinforcing the things that we know. More information comes about how this Russia collusion hoax was really a hoax, and then you take that information and you tuck it away so that when somebody says, Trump in league with Russia, and you know the truth, and then you can articulate the truth to people. That's always important. When you have conversation with your friends, you never know who's listening, who has doubts, and you never know whose attention you might grab from giving and articulating the truth about election fraud, about all of these issues. Now, I know that there are going to be people that are that just hate the president. It doesn't make a difference, and no matter what, that they are not going to vote for him. There's no way, no how, right? So here's the thing to remember. What you can do is make sure that as you're looking at the propagandist monopoly on access to the general public, like you're talking about the news media, and we all know what's going on, that you go to alternative sources out there to get your information. That the mainstream is not the only place to get it. It's the place where people are going, where certain people in the community are going, but you know that there are other outlets. You just have to do it. You've got to go to outlets like you've got to go to Bongino Report. You got to go to Daily Wire. You got to go to different Daily Caller. You need to listen to this program and this station. You need to do all of these things to get your information. Yeah, I know Laura says done that and still can't convince the brickheads. Well, that's okay that you can't convince them, only because, again, they're not going to listen because, yeah, like, look at this. Like, here's our friend, Mr. Super, whatever you are. Trump's a train wreck. I can't wait to see him crash. You've got your popcorn and you're ready to go. Cool. Okay. You are somebody who hates the president. Get it. You're somebody who's always going to hate the president. Got it. So then let me ask you, Mr. Super PATG, or, yeah, don't know what that stands for, but whatever. So if it was a different Republican and it wasn't Donald Trump, would that be okay? I mean, I'm asking, is it the policies or is it the man? Because that's an important distinction. Because Trump's not going to be around forever. Worst case, he's out in a couple of weeks. Best case is he's out in 4 years. And then we have to deal with whoever comes next. And it will not be Donald Trump. So you will not have this individual, this person and this personality and this tweet to deal with. You may love that. So the question becomes, is it all about ideology and policy with you, or is it just about a person? Like, which one is it? I want to know. So when you're saying Trump's a train wreck, I'm wondering what you think is so train wrecky about jobs, the economy, all of these different things. If you hate the way he talks, if you hate the way he tweets, if you think he's a criminal, which of course, we're still waiting for the evidence. We're still waiting for the proof. I got all kinds of proof that the left is. Don't do the crime. So he says, don't do the crime if you're not making any sense. You're making no sense. Like, what does that mean? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. What crime? What crime was committed? Like, you're not even telling me what the crime is. If you don't like Trump, that's fine. But I'm trying to figure out if it was a different person, if it was Ted Cruz or Rand Paul, who are president of the United States right now, would you still feel the same way? Would you be like talking the same way you're talking about them as you talk about Trump? Because in that case, then it's about the person. And then we could actually talk about policy. Doesn't seem like you could talk about policy. You just hate the guy so much it doesn't matter. For what? Like, you're making no sense. For what? What is Trump going to prison for? What is it? Tell me what it is. All right. That was fun. I got to go. All right. We come back in a minute.
239-599-9900. 239-599-9900. Or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
Now is the time to get countertops at Rock Solid. Why Rock Solid? How about Rock Solid's unbelievable prices? Full slabs of quartz from $599, granite $499, and remnants as low as $150. Rock Solid's vast selection of the finest stone from around the world. Rock Solid's award-winning customer service and installation in about a week. Want the best new countertops for your kitchen? The choice is simple. Rock Solid.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops. And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, with the CDC coming out against trick-or-treating and people sitting Halloween out this year, I want you to know the Spirit of Halloween shops have tons of discounted inventory for your other holidays. Nobody coming to your Thanksgiving dinner this year? Try these decorative skeletons as seat fillers. We're bringing the new year with these weird giant spider decorations. Hey, look at all these. Dress up as the Grim Reaper and say goodbye 2020. Finally, how about taking your Christmas picture early? But the kids are dressed as minions, mom's a sexy cat, and Disco Guy Dad. Why not? Make it fun. Santa's been overdone. So come in now to the Spirit of Halloween store. What am I going to do with all these Tiger King costumes?
Come on, that's actually funny. It's true. You got the CDC saying, no, hey, we can't have Halloween, everybody. No Halloween. So the poor Halloween stores are like, what am I going to do with all this stuff if nobody's going to come in and buy? They're going to buy it. They're going to go in anyway. We're going to buy, right, Jake? You're going to go into stores and buy Halloween stuff, aren't you?
You may never know.
That's right. Because
anyway.
Because you'll be disguised. I won't know if it's you or not. Is that what you're trying to say? In a weird way?
No comment.
No comment. Oh man, that's That's pretty funny. So anyway, there you go. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube anytime you want to watch Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe. Also want to remind everybody that coming up at 9 o'clock, for all you patriots out there, and I know there are many, we would love for you to join us 9 o'clock, the Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. All you have to do is text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. And we do it together. We end the program. I switch the cameras over from YouTube and Facebook right over to Zoom. And I join you along with a lot of great patriots here in Southwest Florida. And quite honestly, across the country, we've had folks from Virginia, from Massachusetts, from New Jersey. And so all you have to do is text the letters USA to 239-479-5592 right now. And we'll send you a link so that you can join us for our Zoom pledge. That's going to be coming up. All right, let's see what else we have. You know, I did notice a couple of different stories here in the state. The governor proposing a college bill of rights, a bill of rights for college students following crackdowns on parties and other social gatherings that some are blaming for a surge in COVID-19 cases on campuses around the country. And I'm looking at some of the local media outlets that are, this is... How could the governor say this? We've got a spike in cases happening on college campuses, and don't we care about that? This is important. We have Sigma Chi and Phi Delta Theta fraternity suspended for the rest of the semester, accused of throwing large parties with no masks or social distancing in August. What month is it now? What day is it now? Isn't it like near the end of September? We're coming into October. Suspended because they were throwing a party back in August. Okay, so I wonder what you think about it, 239-479-5592, because when it comes to what we know now about COVID, what we know about masks and non-masks and mask mandates and how they don't work as opposed to masking everybody up because it's the only way to do it. You know, Joe Biden thinks we got to mask everybody up.
We choose truth over fact.
Because that's what's important. I always ask the question, and the most important question to ask is how are we doing with hospitalizations? We hear cases going up. Well, naturally, I'm just going to use a little bit of common sense. I wish I had some, I need some common sense music. Okay, here we go. Doesn't it make common sense that if you were to take a population, like let's say, the globe, and stick them in a house, and say that they can't walk outside because outside there's evil things like viruses out there. And then we keep people inside. And then the virus starts to go down. And then we send everybody outside. Isn't it logical that as everybody gets back outside that we're going to start to see a spike in cases? I mean, I think that's just naturally, logically, that would be the case. So what are you saying, Drew? We got to get back inside? No, I'm saying the people that are saying we need to get it back inside are crazy. What I'm saying is that if we start to see numbers go up, I want to know how many, I want to know how sick they are, and I want to know if they're in the hospital. When we start filling up hospitals is when you need to be worried because we know about the minimums and the averages in the state and when we're talking about deaths in the state of Florida, we're talking about the average age at about 79 years of age. The minimum age on average is about 57 years of age. We know the amount of deaths in the state of Florida, last count under the age of 18 is about, and I'm not minimizing, let me say this again because I have to do it because you got people out there who are trying to mix words. I'm not minimizing 200,000 deaths. I'm not minimizing any deaths. I don't minimize deaths if it were COVID or a car accident or a heart attack or cancer because you didn't go get a screening because you were too busy locked in your house, too afraid to go outside and told it was a bad place to be. So you stayed inside and didn't get that screening that you needed. And you come to find out that if you would have went earlier, you may have caught it earlier. I care about all of that. But when we find out that under the age of 18, we're talking about the last count that I had was 9 deaths in the state. And again, I'm not minimizing it. I'm asking. When I see numbers like in the Wall Street Journal opinion piece that is talking about the college COVID scare and case spike on campus, but with very few hospitalizations, when we start to ask, well, what are the numbers? 29 large universities, including Notre Dame University in North Carolina, Illinois State, reported some 26,000 cases by September 9th, yet no hospitalizations. Nationwide, hospitalizations are down 16% or so from September 1st and half since their peak on July 23rd. So what we want to know is, are these college students that are doing all of these crazy college things that they do, are they filling up hospitals? Is that what they're doing right now? Is that what's happening in Southwest Florida? Are we in trouble? Or are we coming to find out that the young that are getting COVID are not having symptoms that are bad enough to even warrant them going to a hospital? In some cases, it's so mild that they don't even know that they have it. And with all the testing that schools have to do and colleges and the constant testing of students, you're bound to find more cases that are coming up. But again, how are we doing with hospitalizations? That should be the bottom line, because 15 days to slow the spread, everybody. 30 days to slow the spread. We got to make sure that everything is fine in the hospitals. And it's almost October. And that was what, in March? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Hey, Steve Deese. Steve Deese has a great program on the Blaze. You probably know Steve Deese, his Blaze TV program. He's going to join us at 8:05 this morning. He has some interesting thoughts on the Electoral College and what he thinks it's going to look like. So we'll get to that and mail-in election fraud and everything else. So we'll get to that. All right, what else do we have? Oh, I just have to do this. When you got Wolf Blitzer talking to H.R. McMaster, former national security advisor for the president, and we're told that the president's not going to leave. He's going to be like Scarface, holed up in the Oval Office, and he's not leaving no matter who wins the election. If it's him, well, of course it's me. And if it's not, if it's Joe Biden, I'm not leaving. Say hello to my little friend. It's a Scarface reference. If you don't know, you have to go watch the movie. Here's Wolf Blitzer with H.R. McMaster.
And General, if the president were to lose the election on November 3rd, and if he were to refuse to concede, and this is a hypothetical, but you're a military guy.
Yeah, let me make stuff up. Here's a hypothetical for you. Okay, here we go.
What role would the U.S. military have to play in that type of scenario?
Enough. What's the military going to do? Military's going to go in and grab him, right? H.R. McMaster's like, no.
Absolutely no role, Wolf. And those who suggest that the military would have any role in transition, they are being equally irresponsible.
Does that count him? Okay. So what did the president say? Let's get to the details here, or the deets, as the kids say. I don't know if they say it or not, but I just did. All right. This was all because twice the president, I guess yesterday, as well as the day before, the president at the presser at the White House, and I'll play that audio, but even yesterday he was like, listen, we got some issues here with mail-in ballots and what Democrats are doing and just sending out ballots to registered voters, whether they ask for them or not, and we're just going to, and even some that may or may not be breathing. It doesn't matter. Just send them all out because we're going to need to collect them afterwards. And in some states, we might even wait 2 weeks. Look, November 3rd is not election day. It's just a day to gather numbers now. So what happened? So it was one of these goofy libs that are questioning the president. I forget which one it is. And here's the question that everybody's talking about, that the media basically is wall to wall with in the past 48 hours.
Real quickly, win, lose, or draw in this election, will you commit here today for a peaceful transferal of power after the election? And there has been rioting in Louisville. There's been rioting in many cities across this country.
Can I just stop? There's been rioting in Louisville, rioting across the country. Is that because they think that the president's not going to leave office? Really? I didn't know that. Okay, so I just want to get this straight. So the rioting, Here I thought it was the decision made in the Breonna Taylor case. No. The rioting, well, he said there was rioting in Louisville. There's no riots. And no, those are peaceful protests. That's not riots. No. He's even flipping himself upside down. Wait a minute. The media is telling us they're all peaceful protests. He's now suggesting that in Louisville it's riots. I didn't know that because nobody's told us, because you and your organizations won't even say that. But now, because of this narrative that they're trying to put across, this genius is saying that there's rioting happening in Louisville. So I guess the rioting that's happening is all about the president not leaving peacefully. That's what it is. I didn't know that. I thought it was over Breonna Taylor. I haven't seen the signs yet that say, leave office now. Otherwise, I'm going to throw this rock through the window, which, of course, is commonplace for everybody, right? I mean, it's like, no mayonnaise on my chicken sandwich? Through the window that goes. It's a protest. It's peaceful, though. I mean, I didn't really mean to. Okay. Did I get any glass on the sandwich?
Red and your so-called red and blue states, will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Well, what are you trying to say? So, in other words, people are rioting over the Breonna Taylor. Here's the bottom line. He's saying, well, people are rioting over the Breonna Taylor decision. People are rioting over, I don't know, fill in the blank. Police, how everybody thinks on the streets that it's systemic racism in our police departments. Of course, there's no proof of that, but we say that there is. So then there you go. That's what we do. And so we riot and we smash and we burn and we tear down buildings and well, not tear down buildings. Well, kind of, sort of. You burn them. So is the suggestion that there's rioting on the streets right now, and you better be careful, because if you don't leave when we tell you to leave, and when we tell you that you lost, oh, you think there's riots now? Are you making the suggestion that there's going to be more? Is that what you're saying? When you say it's over.
Commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transferal of power.
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. The ballots are out of control. You know it. And you know who knows it better than anybody else? The Democrats know it better than anybody else.
And you know exactly what the president is saying. That these mail-in ballots are going out like crazy. They're overwhelming systems in certain states. Specifically so that it'll take weeks where laws are being overturned and changed because you have lawyers that are cherry-picking jurisdictions where they'll get friendly judges to change laws in states to be able to say that, no, Election Day is not the end-all, be-all. We have to wait 2 weeks, days or weeks after to count ballots. Yeah, they may not have signatures that match. Yeah, they may not be postmarked correctly, but we're going to have to make sure that nobody's disenfranchised, not even the dead people. Or the cat that's in your living room right now that's saying, well, it's not saying anything because it's a cat. Sorry. You know what the president is trying to communicate, but the media is trying to make this thing, whoo. And there's that. All right, 239-479-5592. I just looked at the time. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. We got the phones working now? 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And now the phones are working. So call 239-479-5592. Third caller right now. We will play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A rollover crash on State Road 82 at Corkscrew Road is shutting down the intersection. 2 miles of traffic backed up in both directions right now as well. So avoid the area. You can hop on Immokalee Road to I-75 if you're heading out of LaBelle or Immokalee. And you can hop on Daniels Parkway or Colonial to I-75 if you're heading out of Lehigh. Also very slow on the Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers, but Cape Parkway as well as that Cape Bridge looks great. So that's going to be a great alternate for you. If you're heading out of North Fort Myers, both bridges up to speed into downtown. The Trip to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
88 degrees for today, 90 for you Saturday, 91 on Sunday, as we are looking at a chance every single day for some pop-up scattered rain and thunderstorms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. news, and smart views.
Retirement questions? You can bet Bob Grace probably has the answer. Join him every Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday at noon for Retire with Grace. It's your source for all things retirement, from how current events could affect your savings to strategies to help maximize your retirement income and everything in between. Join us, Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Investment advisory services offered through Grace Capital Management Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Customers have said they thought our trade-in offer here at Naples Nissan was too good to be true. So, before they drove their new Nissan home, we asked a few of them to share their story. Here's Tracy from Cape Coral.
My 2012 Camry had about 78,000 miles on it. I heard Naples Nissan was offering MSRP for your trade-in, but I was a little skeptical. After I called them and checked out their website, everything seemed legit, so I decided to go for it. The original MSRP for my car was just over 19 grand, and I thought, no way, that's how much I'm actually getting. So happy I was wrong, and now I get to drive home in my brand new Altima. It's the real deal, people. Totally worth the drive.
If your trade-in is less than 8 years old with less than 80,000 miles on it, come get the full base MSRP for it and drive home in a brand new Nissan today. Only at Naples Nissan. Full details at naplesnissan.com. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hello, Southwest Florida. We like it a lot. We like it a lot. There's a new official radio station to crank up in the big, beautiful boat parade. Trump Country 93.7. Ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. It's the new station for your next Trump boat parade. After one margarita, two margaritas, the most beautiful country radio station ever. Southwest Florida is Trump Country 93.7. Make country great again.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company. But all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, almost 3 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free title inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free title inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free title inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1331790.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right. Let's go to Dan in Naples. Hey, Dan in Naples, how are you today?
Hey, Drew, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. All right. Okay, my questions got flipped around. Oh, Ronald Reagan. Remember Ronald Reagan was president of these United States? You remember Ronald Reagan, right?
I do.
What state was he governor of?
California.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. What is the supreme law of the land? The supreme law of the land is the
Constitution
of the
United States of America.
Thank you for the full explanation. That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Who appeared on the first United States postage stamp? Was it Lincoln and Washington, Washington and Franklin, or Clinton Gore?
Ooh, I'm totally guessing here. I'm going to say Lincoln and Washington.
No, it was Washington and Franklin were the first. Washington and Franklin, first two. All right, well, that's okay. That was a tough one. Let's see if you can get a master's degree on this question. The states that remained loyal to the U.S. during the Civil War were known as what?
The northern states.
Or the...
Ooh. You got me, Drew. I'm stumped.
Oh, it sounds like onion. It's a union. The union.
The Union States.
Yeah. It's all right. Jake doesn't want to buzz you. He's like, no, I'm sorry.
No,
All right.
no assist on that one.
No assist. No, because Jake was mad because I assisted you and I shouldn't have. All right. Well, that's okay. Listen, congratulations. You got some kind of degree. I'm not even sure which one you got. We'll give him he said a master's degree. That's what he said you're getting. Okay, fine. All right. That's what you're getting today on Drew's College, or a bachelor's. I don't even know. But listen, Dan, we appreciate you in Naples. I need you to stay right there because you get to talk to Jake. Stay there, Dan. You just hold on the line, okay? All right. Steve Deese. You may know Steve Deese. He's got a TV program on Blaze TV. You may recognize the name Steve Deese. He's going to join us next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
So I'm a public school teacher, and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Why pay more for a used car or truck? Model year end sales event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, just $49 per month. That's right, a new car for just $49 per month. 2020 Kia Rio, just $13,990. Yes, $13,990. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Galliana Kia has lenders to get almost anyone approved. Plus, we'll take any trade, in any condition, even if you're upside down. Why? Why buy an overpriced used car when you can buy a new car for less? Brand new Kias, just $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Model year in sales event going on now at Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24-month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at sign plus tax, tag title, dealer and acquisition fee, 0 security deposit with lender approval, expires month end.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. FGCU has suspended Phi Delta Theta and Sigma Chi fraternities for the rest of the semester after throwing big parties last month. The university has 80 cases of COVID-19 since the start of school on August 17th. Construction is changing road traffic patterns for drivers. Alico Road from Ben Hill Griffin Parkway to Airport Hall Road in Lee County will have one lane open in each direction starting tonight. That road work starts at 7 p.m. President Donald Trump's campaign heads to Miami, where he's expected to hold a roundtable event with Hispanic voters today. Governor Ron DeSantis is sticking up for your college student. He's considering a Bill of Rights for them. The governor says it's dramatic for students to potentially be expelled for going to a party from the pandemic. Charlotte County just started sending out your mail-in ballots. Lee County starts sending them out on Tuesday. So far, Florida has recorded nearly 5 million vote-by-mail requests. That's 1.5 million more mail-in ballots than the presidential election in 2016. And no more Lake Okeechobee freshwater releases. That's despite the water going up more than a foot this month. Construction projects are underway around the Herbert Hoover Dike, so it's crucial to make sure the lake doesn't get too high. But the news of no more water releases so far is welcome on both coasts. The Army Corps of Engineers says they're taking it week by week and almost day by day. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A rollover crash on State Road 82 at Corkscrew Road is shutting down the intersection. 2 miles of traffic backed up in both directions right now as well. So avoid the area. You can hop on Immokalee Road to I-75 if you're heading out of LaBelle or Immokalee, and you can hop on Daniels Parkway or Colonial to I-75 if you're heading out of Lehigh. Also very slow on the Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers, but Cape Parkway as well as that Cape Bridge looks great. So that's going to be a great alternate for you if you're heading out of North Fort Myers, both bridges up to speed into downtown. The Trip to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some occasional pop-up scattered showers and storms will be mixing in with sunshine and high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to even near 90. The weekend won't be a washout, but you still got to factor in some more pop-up showers and storms scattered across the area with highs in the upper 80s and some lower 90s. We start next week at 90. We finish it at about 86 and 87 with a few lingering soakers in the forecast by that point. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right. All along.
Getting rid of bacteria, destroying 99.9% of harmful bacteria. How does that sound when it comes to your water? Why not take control? Call the local experts, my buddy Max at Pentair Water Systems. You can find out what's in your water, right? And with a Pentair Water System, I'm telling you, I should know I have one. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every single faucet, every one. Their salt-free solution is the Pentair Smart Combo, can tackle chlorine and scale with no lugging in bags of salt. You've got the Advantage Salt System if you would tackle even the hardest water issues. And Pentair's UV system, listen to this, it's capable of destroying 99.9% of harmful bacteria. You know, the ones that find its way into your water, like E. coli. This month, take $199 off installation of your whole home Pentair water system and let Max, your local Pentair water specialist, find the solution right for you. And they got the white glove service program where they'll even maintain your system for you. So get the test now at 239-880-7799. 239-880-7799.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
Hi, this is Kirk Cameron from My Faith Votes. This fall, Americans are faced with what may be the most important election in decades, maybe ever. If we as Christians stay home and don't vote this November, our children's future is at terrible risk. The consequences will be to unfairly shift this country's massive burdens to our children and grandchildren. Each of us can do something to make a difference. We can vote. Make the pledge to vote. Visit myfaithvotes.org today. That's myfaithvotes.org.
Paid for by My Faith Votes.
Attention SSI and other federal benefit recipients. If you did not file a tax return last year and have children under 17, you must act now to get the $500 economic impact payment per child this year. You must provide the IRS your child's information by September 30th. Go to irs.gov and use the non-filer tool by September 30th. That's irs.gov. This message produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening.
Sure.
Who's able to hear more than what's being said and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube each and every day at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. Don't forget about our Zoom meeting Pledge of Allegiance coming up at the end of the program, as we do it each and every Friday. just text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. Do it right now, and we'll send you the link to the Zoom meeting. So right afterwards, we switch the cameras over from YouTube right to Zoom, and we get to do this together with our veterans and our first responders. So many people joining us each and every week. We do appreciate it. Sorry, I'm looking at the TV, and CBS has Nancy Pelosi talking this morning with. It's the morning show there. She's talking about the life and legacy of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I'm looking at the chyron at the bottom, and it says champion of equality. Ginsburg. Of course, the non-liberal justices, they're not about equality at all. They could care less about but her hair looks really nice. All right, let's go to the phones right now because I am so happy to have Steve Deese on with us. He's got a fantastic program on Blaze TV, and I'm so happy that he's joining us this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Steve Deese, it's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Drew. How are you, man?
I'm so happy you have a few minutes to join us today because there is a lot to discuss. You know, I saw and I was sent to me in an email this electoral map you've got here, the 270 to win map, and you've got a map, and I was looking at it, and I had a couple of questions because I wanted to ask you about this map, and the first question is this with the Democrat strategy to rig the election with the mail-in ballots issue, or is that the non-Democrat rigging of the election? How that works?
Well, I think what you're referring to is actually built into the map. The map that I put out last night is if the election were today and people had to make a choice and these states had to make a call, this is what I would think would happen. And so you see, for example, that's why I only have states like Georgia and Texas, which I believe Trump will win, but I have them right now heavily leaning Republican instead of solid red, because there's places there where the chicanery you're talking about could take place.
Yeah,
it's why I've got Arizona and the Rust Belt states. Just I have no idea what will happen there. I mean, you've got judicial decisions recently in Michigan and Pennsylvania that basically said, well, we'll just keep on counting votes until we get where we need to go. So I did build that handicap, if you will, into my projections.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your thoughts on that, Steve, because we've been talking about Michael Anton and his article about the coming coup, and we've been talking about the things that could possibly be happening this election year, and all the things that you would dream up and say it would never happen in a constitutional republic. It would never happen in this country until you find out really that it doesn't feel like Democrats are hiding this as if we would say something and it's a conspiracy. It's all out in the open, the things that they want to do. How concerned are you about some of the deeper issues that we've discussed with this idea of a coup and this election cycle?
I think it's one of the main reasons why they have to appoint a successor to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I mean, listen, I'm just giddy at the prospect of appointing a fifth justice to swing the court and it just happens to be somebody to replace Ginsburg with somebody potentially tomorrow, like an Amy Coney Barrett. I mean, that will be one of the most radical one-judge swings in a singular appointment to the right in the history of this country, if that goes down.
Yeah.
But that aside, Drew, we can't go into an election. This is going to end up in the courts. If there's anything at, say, 11 o'clock Eastern on November the 3rd, other than Joe Biden with a 2008 level Obama win, this is ending up in the courts.
Yeah.
We cannot have a 4-4 Supreme Court with a potential deadlock, because what happens if you go there and it's 4-4? All the previous appellate rulings, therefore, then stand. And so what happens? We have one vote counting measure done at a U.S. Court of Appeals that leans more to the right, and another one done in another part of the country that leans more to the left. That is banana republic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's Florida recount 2,537 vote hanging Chad on steroids. And remember how divisive that was, Drew, in your state? But back then, we liked each other, Drew.
Yeah.
We hung out together. We went to movies together. Rachel Maddow and Tucker Carlson yucked it up on MSNBC together back then. We don't like each other now. Can you only imagine the civil unrest we could see? And the other thing that I am concerned about, and I say this on my show all the time, I'm not in favor of vigilante justice or anything of that nature. That's why I love our Constitution. I'm trying to preserve it. But when you see the rioting and the stuff that you're seeing now, and it's growing and growing, there's only so many times that you can push on and lean on the people who happen to own all the guns before sooner or later somebody says, I've had enough. And that's what happens when you have lawlessness and people believe they can't trust the system anymore. And so I am concerned about that post-election here. No question about it.
Yeah. Steve Deese joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. By the way, he's a great follow on Twitter at Steve Deese Show, and also has a fantastic program on Blaze TV. Make sure you check that out as well. Yeah, I think that's a point that is one that I've been trying to communicate as I've talked to friends, is that it's a different time. There is a different fight happening right now, and it's not the time, in my eyes, and maybe you can speak to this directly, is that when people say reaching across the aisle, getting along, well, I don't want to reach across the aisle and get along if what I'm getting along with is antithetical to what I believe is a constitutional republic and the things that we're doing. So it is time to fight that way politically, not take to the streets and smash windows. I'm trying to remember, Steve, when's the last time I said, raising my taxes? Hey, guys, let's go smash a window. Nobody does that. And so this idea that we're not allowed to speak out and fight against because we're trying to save something. We're trying to secure something here.
That's a great point, Drew. The other day at the White House, Dr. Scott Atlas of Stanford cited 24 studies on T-cell immunity around the world that show most people have some form of at least limited immunity built into their body to COVID-19 because of past exposure to coronavirus, like the common cold. And the media was incensed that this could be true. They didn't want this good news. And they wanted the bad news. And one of this, what about Fauci says this and Fauci says that? And Dr. Atlas, one of the 24 studies that he cited was actually done by the NIH, that's Fauci's institution, saying that this is true. And why do they want the news to be bad? Why? That tells you right then and there, you cannot negotiate with these people. The idea that this pandemic may not be the end of, may be serious, but not the end of the world, and that's bad news to you, that doesn't fit your narrative or agenda, that shows that in the end, these are people that aren't interested in sharing a country with you. And you cannot negotiate with that. Back in the 80s, Reagan used to say, the person who's my 80% friend isn't my 20% enemy. What about the person who's my 20% friend? What is he then? Okay. I mean, how is somebody, when your daughter loses the spot on the track team to a boy that feels pretty, what's an 80% gender, Drew? Do you know what that is? No. What's an 80% border? Yeah. What's an 80% crime? I mean, these are things we don't know what a criminal is now. We don't know what a gender is. We don't know what a citizen is. And those are terms that cannot be negotiated. They have to be fought for. And that's what's going on here, is ultimately this far left radical pagan movement will either be defeated or it will defeat us. It cannot be accommodated because it's not going to accommodate us. Yeah.
No, I love that. And I love that you attack it the way you do, directly the way you do. And I, as you, are really concerned about my faith and the challenging of my Christian faith in this country. I'm concerned about how it's being challenged in the Supreme Court. What was it, Nancy Pelosi, who wouldn't even question, or when questioned by a reporter, what was it, yesterday, about the idea that we would question the religion of, or should that be a litmus when it comes to Supreme Court nominations, and wouldn't answer that directly, as if there should be, or we should look at that directly, that we have justices that can look at the Constitution, look at what is being presented, and then look at it through the lens of the Constitution and be able to interpret. And even if, like Neil Gorsuch had said in the past, look, there are decisions that maybe he looked at that were not decisions that he would make as a personal decision, but by the rule of law and what is in front of him, he knows what is the right decision in this particular case. I'm always fascinated, Stephen, before we go, I would love for you to speak to this directly. I'm always fascinated how the left in this country is so concerned about Roe v. Wade, like it's going to be overturned. And I always ask the question, if it's so rock solid a decision to begin with, then why are you worried?
Because it's a civil sacrament to the pagan, progressive, leftist religion. It's a religious rite. And pagan religions have always had child sacrifice as a religious sacrament and rite. That goes back to, the 5 minutes after we got kicked out of the garden. That's not new. And I think what your audience might find fascinating is you ought to go out, is Google Nancy Pelosi, Bible, am I my brother's keeper? She loves to quote it. And they love the line, am I my brother's keeper? Which, by the way, everybody forgets the guy who said that was a murderer. And he said it in a snarky way to God, like, yeah, I killed my brother. What, am I my brother's keeper? It's not my problem. So you're quoting the world's first murderer when you cite that passage of Scripture. But they love to use it to justify the latest welfare state scam. But if Amy Coney Barrett gets nominated for the U.S. Court of Appeals, then Dianne Feinstein says the dogma lives deep within you. In other words, religion for me, but not for thee. And that's how this leftist movement works on virtually everything. Tolerance for me, but not for thee. Everything for me, but not for thee. Everything.
Steve, I love your passion and the way that you do your program is fantastic, and I would encourage you, please, to check out Steve Deese on the Blaze TV. Also follow him on Twitter at Steve Deese Show. And Steve Deese joining us this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I hope we can do this again, my friend. I love this, and I would love to keep an eye on that, on your map there, and see how it develops in the next few weeks, because it's going to be interesting for sure. All the best, sir.
You bet, Drew.
All right.
Would love to. Thanks, man.
Take care. All right, Steve Deese joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, let's find out what's happening right now with traffic. 239-479-5592 is the phone number if you would like to call on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along. Here's traffic with Sabrina Katz.
A rollover crash on State Road 82 at Corkscrew Road is shutting down the intersection. 2 miles of traffic backed up in both directions right now as well. So avoid the area. You can hop on Immokalee Road to I-75 if you're heading out of LaBelle or Immokalee, and you can hop on Daniels Parkway or Colonial to I-75 if you're heading out of Lehigh. Also very slow on the Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers, but Cape Parkway as well as that Cape Bridge looks great. So that's going to be a great alternate for you if you're heading out of North Fort Myers, both bridges up to speed into downtown. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
88 degrees for today, 90 for you Saturday, 91 on Sunday, as we are looking at a chance every single day for some pop-up scattered rain and thunderstorms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
At the top and bottom of the hour. 92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
With the Diamond District, you get the best of both worlds. Jason and Todd are wholesale diamond brokers selling to the public and jewelry stores across the country at wholesale prices. The Diamond District is also a retail store that you can visit every day and see the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds.
Hey, you confused about real estate? Sean Hannity here, and I can tell you as an active real estate investor, well, just like the stock market, it can go up one day and down the next. Home values and sales, they fluctuate on a dime. Now, even though I bought and sold homes for years all across this great country, one thing I will always do is partner with a sharp real estate agent that truly studies local and national market trends, that knows the real value of homes, and most importantly, knows how to generate demand regardless of the market. And the good news is you have a truly amazing agent right in your backyard. I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams, Naples. He has an amazing team working for him, and he doesn't miss a single detail. Now, his system is so bulletproof, well, he can create demand and sell your home at a deadline that you agree to, or he will buy it himself. Now, real estate doesn't have to be frustrating or scary. Call Denny Grimes today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
Hello, Southwest Florida. I'm Anthony with the American Tradesman Show, and my guest, Gerald Prevet from B&K Water Extraction and Mold Services, and his brother Brian Prevet from Prevet Plumbing, and my partner Juan Silva from American Electrical. Join us each week, Saturday mornings between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., where we talk about something new in the construction field, educating you on anything with the new codes, new requirements, and also the materials and the products that we use on these shows. So we look forward to you listening to our show. God bless America and Semper Fi. Hoorah!
Do you need help caring for an aging loved one? Get the support you need to keep them safely at home with Hope Pace, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly. Hope Pace helps seniors as well as their caregivers and families. They provide medical care, transportation, and support by phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call them today at 239-985-2499 or visit hopepace.org. That's 239-985-2499 or hopepace.org.
Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal, and the only one that's trending. Up to date, around the clock, what you need from who you know. With storm fronts, stand-ups, live news, and points of view.
And that's Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt.
And that's why you can't not watch Peacock. Watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. Content availability may vary over time.
Hello, I'm Dr. D'Amico. When going to the dentist, I know you have a lot of choices, but I would like to invite you to my office. We do cleanings and fillings, plus crowns, dentures, and implants, all in one location. So call me, Dr. D'Amico, for our new patient specials, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. Do you need a denture? Well, I have a denture lab on site, which means that you can have a new denture in just a few days. If you go anywhere else, it will take a few months. That's right, a few months to get your new denture. Do you need dental implants? If you need one implant or a full mouth of implants, don't just go to any dentist. Have your implants done by somebody who performs implant surgery every day. Do you already have an estimate for needed dental work? Don't have your dental work done without a second opinion, especially implant treatment. So call and ask for our radio specials for new patient exam, dentures, and especially implants. Don't regret not getting a second opinion. Call me, Dr. D'Amico. I want to help. 234-5284. That's 234-5284. License DN 15639.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Are you sick and tired of your calm, peaceful life? Are you sleeping too well at night? Is your city too safe? Well, not anymore. Introducing Democrats. Politicians so incompetent, they'll fill your neighborhood with riots, looting, rampant violence, and even homelessness. The secret is a special blend of corruption and good old-fashioned stupidity. No more pesky law and order. When Democrats are in charge, nobody's safe. Simply vote for Democrats, sit back, and watch your neighborhood burn to the ground. But wait, vote for Democrats now, and they'll include rolling blackouts, election fraud, cancel culture, taxes, and more taxes. Democrats, bringing chaos right to your front door.
Oh, that's not nice. But it's funny because it's true, right? 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch it. Drew Steele Radio. We do appreciate it. Looking at some of the headlines. Oh, hey, just in case you weren't aware, I had some breaking news yesterday. Catherine Harridge from CBS, extraordinary as Kimberly Strassel from the Wall Street Journal talked about it on her Twitter account. So Christopher Steele's main source for the dossier was the subject of a nearly 2-year-long FBI counterintelligence investigation under suspicion of being a Russian spy and a threat to national security. Okay, so Lindsey Graham had the documents. The FBI knew about this prior counterintelligence investigation into the source in December of 2016. It knew it was relying on information from a suspected Russian spy. The same FBI said to be concerned about Russian interference in the election was using information from a suspected Russian spy to probe a presidential campaign. But nothing to see. Everything is... Oh, come on. Nothing to see here. Move along. Yeah, there is. More details on that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I was born, I got lucky. A gift, if you will. My early life was really hard for many reasons, but at the time, it really didn't seem all that hard. I had a close relationship with my brothers and sister and loads of friends. Those days of desperation and poverty led me to my job today, representing the people, not the powerful. But my job is really not a job because I never considered it work. In many ways, it's more like a public service. Now, as I age, I get to look back at all the cases and all the people and all the trials. And the best part is when I get to see you all out and about. When I pray before I sleep, I thank God for the gift I received at birth, the genuine love I have for people, all people. Maybe that's why my work never seemed like work to me. When I was born, I got lucky. I got to meet all of you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top-quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. Now my home's weather-tight and beautifully resilient.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Svetlana Kogan, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South. Almost 2 decades of clinical experience in New York taught me a lot about doctoring. My philosophy is that less medication is better. I prescribe healthy lifestyle, good food, and exercise to heal and prevent most of the health concerns. I teach my patients how to use herbs, vitamins, and supplements properly, and spend a great deal of time with each of my patients, empowering them with mind-body balancing steps to prevent illness and avoid hospitalization. If you're looking for an experienced doctor who is knowledgeable in holistic approach to health, check out my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn how becoming a part of my patient family can make you healthy and joyful again.
Show Joe Biden ahead of President Trump by 11 points in Nevada, 7 in Pennsylvania, 5 in Ohio. The president tells supporters in Jacksonville, Florida,
a vote for Republicans is a vote for safe communities, great jobs, and a limitless future for all Americans.
He holds a rally in Virginia tonight. Joe Biden's expected at the Capitol to pay respects to Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
She is once again breaking a final barrier, becoming the first woman to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol. She'll be in Statuary Hall, where members of Congress and her family will attend a ceremony.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. A rare apology from the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
North Korean soldiers shot dead a South Korean government official. South Korea says the man may have been trying to defect to the north when he was killed by troops who then set his body on fire, apparently over fears about the coronavirus.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. FGCU has suspended Phi Delta Theta and Sigma Chi fraternities for the rest of the semester after throwing big parties last month. The university has 80 cases of COVID-19 since the start of school on August 17th. Construction is changing road traffic patterns for drivers. Alico Road from Ben Hill Griffin Parkway to Airport Hall Road in Lee County will have one lane open in each direction starting tonight. That road work starts at 7 p.m. President Donald Trump's campaign heads to Miami, where he's expected to hold a roundtable event with Hispanic voters today. Governor Ron DeSantis is sticking up for your college student. He's considering a Bill of Rights for them. The governor says it's dramatic for students to potentially be expelled for going to a party from the pandemic. Charlotte County just started sending out your mail-in ballots. Lee County starts sending them out on Tuesday. So far, Florida has recorded nearly 5 million vote-by-mail requests. That's 1.5 million more mail-in ballots than the presidential presidential election in 2016. And no more Lake Okeechobee freshwater releases. That's despite the water going up more than a foot this month. Construction projects are underway around the Herbert Hoover Dike, so it's crucial to make sure the lake doesn't get too high. But the news of no more water releases so far is welcome on both coasts. The Army Corps of Engineers says they're taking it week by week and almost day by day. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A rollover crash on State Road 82 at Corkscrew Road is shutting down the intersection. 2 miles of traffic backed up in both directions right now as well. So avoid the area. You can hop on Immokalee Road to I-75 if you're heading out of LaBelle or Immokalee, and you can hop on Daniels Parkway or Colonial to I-75 if you're heading out of Lehigh. Also very slow on the Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers, but Cape Parkway as well as that Cape Bridge looks great. So that's going to be a great alternate for you if you're heading out of North Fort Myers, both bridges up to speed into downtown. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz, Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some occasional pop-up scattered showers and storms will be mixing in with sunshine and high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to even near 90. The weekend won't be a washout, but you still got to factor in some more pop-up showers and storms scattered across the area with highs in the upper 80s and some lower 90s. We start next week at 90. We finish it at about 86 and 87 with a few lingering soakers in the forecast by that point. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full at the bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America, and most importantly, vote. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, let's do it. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Don't forget to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. If you would like to be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance every Friday, right after the show, we flip the cameras from Facebook and YouTube. By the way, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe. We flip the cameras from YouTube and we go right to Zoom at 9 o'clock, and we've got all kinds of fantastic people joining us as we do the pledge together, and looking forward to that coming up. Text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. You will get a link to that meeting coming up. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 835.
Number 5.
And General, if the president were to lose the election on November 3rd, and if he were to refuse to concede, and this is a hypothetical, but you're a military guy, what role would the U.S. military have to play in that type of scenario?
I'm just making this up out of thin air. There's CNN's Wolf Blitzer just kind of helping the narrative out there that the president's not going to leave office. This peaceful transfer of power is not going to happen. He's going to sit there and there he was talking to former National Security Advisor to the president, H.R. McMaster, and saying, hey, what do you think? Military's going to come in and take him out like it's going to be Scarface. Say hello to my little friend inside of the... Stop it.
Number 4.
Every single solitary, serious investigator, including your network and others, have looked at this, have said there's absolutely zero basis to the accusation that I acted any way inappropriately or that my son did. Every major national, international, and local news operations looked into it has said it's a lie. This is a president who's flat lying. So there's not been a scintilla of evidence pointing out that anything is wrong. There's not a single solitary scintilla of evidence anywhere. There's not been one scintilla of evidence that my son ever interfered, that I ever asked me anything, that I ever got involved in anything.
Oh, good. All right. There's a Grabian supercut right there of the former Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, letting the media and the world know that, listen, there's not a scintilla of evidence, anything out there that would suggest that Hunter was doing anything wrong or I was doing anything wrong at all. So we can put that to rest, right? Of course, it's the same Joe Biden who thinks a scintilla makes really nice coats, just kind of like a fur thing going on. But that's a whole other topic.
Number 3.
Agree that Article 6, which bans religious tests from being a qualification for office, do you think that that should apply to Supreme Court nominees as well?
I'm not going to get into anybody's interpretation of one thing or another. The confirmation is the work of the Senate, and I trust the judgment of our Democrats there to honor the Constitution.
Yeah. She trusts the Democrats. No worries here when it comes to the choice that the president will make tomorrow. When it comes to Supreme Court, the Supreme Court nominee, religious tests or anything like that. Look, Democrats will make the right choice. In other words, the minute they find out it's Amy Coney Barrett, they'll go after her faith. Yeah, absolutely. That's what'll happen.
Number 2.
To really be careful when I hear these fools on TV talking about defund the police and things like that. We need police reform and prison reform and things like that. Because you know who ain't going to defund the cops? White neighborhoods and rich neighborhoods. So that notion they keep saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, we just gonna leave, who are black people supposed to call? Ghostbusters?
Charles Barkley last night on the TNT program, where you go to get all your political news. They're saying, listen, the rich neighborhoods are going to have police if you defund the police and you get rid of the police departments. What are we going? Who are the communities going to call? Black communities? They're going to call Ghostbusters.
We came, we saw, we kicked it.
Hey.
Number 1.
Right.
No wasted time.
Tuesday is a big debate, the first debate between the two of them, between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. You had earlier suggested that you didn't think Biden should debate. Do you still feel that way?
I do. Not that I don't think he'll be excellent. I just think that the president has no fidelity to fact or truth. And actually, in his comments the last few days, no fidelity to the Constitution of the United States. He and his henchmen are a danger, with their comments, are a danger to our democracy.
Just a few minutes ago on CBS, Nancy Pelosi, whose hair looks great, talking about henchmen and the president and not the fidelity, not to the Constitution. And
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Help me, Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. Help me. At least her hair looked good, which is nice. She can.
Yeah. Did it move?
No, it didn't actually. It was.
I go back to Callista Gingrich, Newt's wife. Her hair looked like a helmet, and it didn't move. I think it was bulletproof. And Nancy's is getting the same way. It's almost as immovable as her face with the Botox thing. Speaking of which, I had a moral dilemma question that I posed to some people. And tell me, is this out of line? Okay, you're in a boat, all right? You're just off the coast, right?
Yep.
You go out, and you're pretty far out to sea, and you come upon 4 people in the water. It's Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Ilhan Omar, and AOC. And apparently their boat sank. And there's a school of sharks, hungry sharks, circling them. And you have to save one human being, just one, but only one. Which one would you save?
239-479-5592 is the phone number or the text line. Maybe we should just leave it up to the audience. Go ahead and text us and let us know what you think. I'm leaving that. Really?
I was yelled at for that.
Yeah.
Told I was insensitive and sexist. I said, no, it's just an interesting question. It's a moral dilemma. Who would you save? Which one would you save? There's nothing sexist about it. It just happens to be those 4 women in the water, and you have sharks circling. But you have to save one. You can only save one. These are the things I think about.
They are. Somebody said the shark, but the shark doesn't need saving. It's in the ocean.
It's not a human. Yeah, you have to save a human. That was built in. So
yeah.
And I love this idea of your Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. Can I nominate somebody
to be in part of the pledge?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Go ahead.
America. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. One nation, indivisible, under God, for real.
For real. No, but he's the reason why we're doing this. So that's the point. He's not allowed to be part of it. Joe Biden's not allowed to be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. By the way, text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592 so you could be part of the meeting. You'll get the link. That's the whole point, is that we've got to show how to say it and how to do it. And
I know. When I was in grammar school, there was a kid in our class named Richard Stans.
Oh, I hated that kid. He had to.
Well, he kept saying his name was in the pledge. And for Richard Stans, and we'd be like, stop it. Stop that. That's not true.
Oh, man.
I had a weird upbringing.
The only thing is strange enough, and you can relate to this, and maybe some listening can relate to this as well. One of my memories in school, grammar school, was getting under the desk. Remember the drills? You had to get under the desk. We
duck and cover.
Yes.
Yeah. We had the nuns telling us that the only way you were going to survive a nuclear bomb, which we had seen the devastation, was to get under that one piece of wood and a little bit of steel.
Yeah, exactly.
In your classroom. That's going to save you.
Who knew that those desks had such power? We didn't know. All right. So anyway, boy, there's a lot. I mean, there are so many things.
Have you ever seen a man in a hurry?
What happened?
I don't know. There was some kind of weird audio. Jake accidentally pushed a button and it said, "Ever seen a man in a hurry?" I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right. So where do we want to go this morning? Do you want to hear some of the answers? We'll get to your text answers coming up for who would you save in the ocean in just a bit. The president now is being pressured because of the comments about the peaceful transition of power, and the president's concerned about all these ballots going out. It's not like we're hearing stories about issues with mail-in ballots like being dumped at the side of the road or investigations happening in places like Texas because of mail-in ballots. Are we hearing anything like that?
No, we're not hearing anything like the Texas Attorney General filing charges against a scheme by Democrats to rig a primary in 2018. You saw trash where mail-in ballots from military, and 7 of the 9 favored Donald Trump. And I love the people that say, see? And I said, what do you mean, see? Those were Trump ballots.
Yeah.
That were targeted by whomever threw them away, and the FBI's involved, and you got a ditch in Wisconsin with a tray of mail and a bunch of ballots in it. No, there's no problem here. There's no organized effort around the country. Yeah, and nobody pulled a U-Haul trailer into a parking lot loaded with protest supplies either.
Right.
It's just so obvious to me, and to connect the dots. Speaking of which, and I know I'm on a total ADD bouncing around the topics here.
Go ahead.
I think I have a connect the dots moment today regarding Dianne Feinstein.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
Yesterday, the Democrats were out there trying to figure out how to pull her off the committee, the
Right.
Judiciary Committee, because they don't think she's tough enough anymore. They don't think she's got it anymore, that she can't go after whomever, Amy Coney Barrett or whomever Trump selects.
Right.
And they want to replace her with somebody like Markey, I think it is. So they put the word out that she's not strong enough. And what popped late yesterday? The story that Dianne Feinstein's husband was named in the college admissions scam. That her husband had written the note because he's on the board of regents of USC in favor of a guy that had almost no chance of getting in. And suddenly Dianne Feinstein's involved in this college admissions scandal. I think they're trying to cut the legs out from under her.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, I mean, there are stories that are breaking like crazy. Even the one yesterday that we heard from, I was looking at Kimberly Strassel from the Wall Street Journal, her tweet talking about Catherine Harridge's reporting that Christopher Steele's main source for the dossier was the subject of a 2-year-long FBI counterintelligence investigation from 2009 to 2011 under suspicion of being a Russian spy and a threat to national security. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was known, and based on the emails and the texts, if you follow it, this was not a secret. And the Hillary Clinton campaign paid for the dossier. The Obama administration endorsed it. Obama's FBI supported it. They argued a little bit about it, but not too much. This whole thing stinks, and you want to talk about not respecting the Constitution, a peaceful transfer of power. Look at the people who work to try and upend a duly elected president with a not so peaceful transfer of power.
Exactly. Right. They're saying things like, Mr. President, you peacefully transfer power. Well, number one, I didn't lose yet. And number two, you've been doing this to me. I haven't even had a chance to be in power. You've been trying to transfer me out of power since the beginning. All right. It's Friday. You brought up something that has the phones on fire. So we're going there. All right, 239-479-5592. A ton of people are calling. We're taking your calls right now. We even need music. All right, here we go. So, again, Mike Opelka, explain to everybody the scenario, and let's go to the phones. I'm sure they will be interesting.
All right, you're out in the ocean, and you come upon 4 people bobbing in the water. They don't have a boat. They're surrounded by hungry sharks. It's Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, AOC, and Ilhan Omar. You must save one human and only one human. Who do you save?
All right, 239-479-5592. Against my better judgment, we're going to the phones. Here we go. Stephanie's in L.A. Stephanie, go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, no. Stephanie, call back. Your phone's not good. Call right back. 239-479-5592. Miriam's in Port Charlotte. Go ahead, Miriam.
I will save myself. I'll row fast out of there. Let them all drown.
I can't hear her.
She said she would save herself. She would row fast out of there.
Well, that's a good answer. That's saving a human. That's good.
That's right. So she's saving herself. All right. Okay. Somebody said, texted, I couldn't save any of them. They would see my Trump 2020 flag and refuse to be saved. All right. So there's one. All right. Let's see. Will Mike be able to hear the phones? All right. Here we go. Here's one. This is Stephanie call back. Go ahead, Stephanie in LA. What do you say?
Hello. I'd save Hillary Clinton. Her time is past, and she would do the least amount of damage.
Okay. So wait. So you save Hillary? You save Hillary
because her time is past.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And she would be doing the least amount of damage.
Okay, there you go. So a Hillary save.
And Bill has not suffered enough.
Who is this? Dana?
Dana
in Fort Myers. Dana, who do you save? Go ahead. This is awful.
Well, first I would scream out to all of them that Donald Trump sent me to save them, and whoever swam near me would get saved.
People are awful. What is wrong with you?
They're brilliant.
Hold
They're
on.
wonderful.
Yes, they are. Naomi's in Naples. Go ahead, Naomi.
Yeah, I would do the same thing the other lady said she would do. I'd row the hell out of there fast, and as I was going, I'd wave and say, "Hi, God bless you, God bless America."
Oh my goodness, what is going on? All right, Kevin's in Fort Myers. Go, Kevin.
Hey, I think that lady stole my thunder. I would say Hillary Clinton because Ilhan Omar and AOC could turn into the Antichrist eventually.
Oh, goodness.
Clinton's done. She'll never do anything again.
All right.
See, this is interesting how people think.
I don't know if it's... Do I keep... All right, we'll take a couple of more. I'm getting a ton of texts saying, save the sharks, save the sharks.
Well, that's why I was going to say Pelosi, because the Botox would kill the shark.
Oh, all right, that's not... All right, here we go. Let's take two more. Mike's in Fort Myers. Mike, all right, who do you save, Mike?
I honestly think I would cut my hand open and hold it over the...
No, gosh. Oh, what are we doing?
Thanks, chum.
All right, that's enough. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's just interesting. You have to get a perspective on the mind of the listener.
I know. And sometimes it is an interesting perspective. All right, that was... all right, dare I say that was fun. It's Friday. That's how we end the program today. So Mike Opelka giving us a scenario that we hope we never see. A situation where how they all happen to be on the same boat.
We know the Democratic Party is a sinking ship.
Oh,
so there you go.
I don't want to have my badunga ding 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 ding. Oh no! All right. Well, that was good. All right, that's okay. We'll work on that next time. Thanks, Jake. All right, we got to go. All right. Thank you, Mike Opelka. We'll see you later.
God bless you.
All right. By the way, please join us in 5 more minutes. We will be at our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance meeting. All you need to do is text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. Join us, won't you? There's going to be tens of people, maybe even hundreds who will join us in just a few more minutes as we flip the camera to our Zoom meeting. You'll get the link by texting the letters USA to 239-479-5592. All right, here's Matt Devitt with weather.
88 degrees for today, 90 for you Saturday, 91 on Sunday, as we are